what they do, what they do. Never do what they do. Never do what they do, what they do, what they do. The Roots, OMG. Black Thought was my favorite MC in the Roots. He's my favorite MC for a while. The Roots crew. They're the ones that started everything for me when it came to life with regards to that thing that you see behind me. If you're over here with me on FB and YT, at Aaron Hill TV is where you can find me. At Aaron Hill TV. At Aaron Hill TV and .TV on IG. I'm still mad as I don't know what at the dude that has Aaron Hill TV on IG and is not doing a goddamn thing with that shit. Maybe we could all message him together like, hey man, you created this account. I don't know, this dude must have fell off the face of the earth. You have no post. And there's a dude out here that wants his social media consistent on all platforms. And the fact that I gotta sit here and have at Aaron Hill TV everywhere. But then on IG, I gotta put a goddamn period, a dot before the TV. Shit hurts, man. It hurts. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why that dude is still holding on to this account. So I looked him up, and there's a guy, Aaron Hill, who is or was an actor. And like I said, I really do feel like this dude fell off the face of the earth because, yeah, like there's a couple videos with him acting in it. I'm like, oh, cool. But that's just like from 10 years ago. You don't see anything else. So, yeah, I was trying to get it and message him like, hey, bro, you mind? Do you mind? But I never got an answer. So it's all good, though. It's all good, as they say, in the hood. And why is that? Well, the reason why that is because soon an app will be in my flow. Because soon you'll see the 5M Experience app, which is where I will be at pretty much all of the time. And it'll pretty much be a portal that you enter from your home screen, hopefully right next to your Clubhouse app icon, hopefully right next to your Facebook and YouTube icon. It's just going to be a big number 5 and a big letter M, probably white. And then the background's going to be like probably this navy blue, deep purple, probably navy blue and white, because that's where I started with. I love this. I got to show y'all the logo that I did for 5M, which launched into the 5M Fellowship a while back. Doing it here on Facebook and YouTube, and then now I've brought it to Clubhouse. I want y'all to say what's up to my friends. Say what's up to my friends, Tanisha and T from the FB and YT family. And so kick that off in that way. 5M Fellowship, music, movement, meditation, mindfulness, mantra. Created a 2-hour experience around those things. I even play the piano. I'm gonna keep doing that today, just like. And there you have the piano with the stool behind it, with my clothes on it and my towel. And but the 5M experience is going to be an app. And I created the 5M Fellowship for a place for us to convene, to talk, to commune, to talk about things related to self-care and more. And so we've been doing that Sundays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can join me here on Clubhouse. You can join me here on Facebook, YouTube. You can join me wherever. So through that portal of the 5M experience, you'll be able to experience all the things that I do on a regular basis in all platforms and standing on all platforms, which the first platforms I stand on are my dear black slippers. I'm so random. I'm so extra. So on point though, because that's what it is. The first foundation, the first platform that I stand on every day is my own 2 feet. And I hold this same kind of space everywhere I go, but soon you'll be able to enter that portal straight from your home screen. The 5M experience, my entire life encompassed into one tight space. 5. I already told people that, or I already started telling people that one of the things that I want with this app, I'm going to be doing like a $5 subscription. I'm going to have a free version that's going to include a social media page. So that way I don't have to suffer with this damn Aaron Hill TV, but then .tv on IG. Like, I don't have to worry about that shit anymore. People be like, yo, man, where I find you, man? I really like what you said, man. I really like that concert, man. I really like what you're doing right now, man. Like that affirmation really helped me. Where do I find you? Just download the 5M Experience app. Yeah, but your music. Where do I find your music? Because I've been searching around. I've been trying to follow the links. You ain't got to do it no more. Just download the 5 Experience app. Oh my goodness, that thought that you said the other day about rain and how it's recognize, accept, investigate, and non-identify, and all the things related to mindfulness and meditation with that, and how I could do better with my emotions. Where do I find that at? I'm searching for it. Where's the link? There's no link. Just download the 5M Experience app. And so with that, not only is this for me, but the way that I really feel is that it's for everybody around me as well, including my beautiful sister. Good morning, Yolanda. How are you? How are you today? Hope all is well. And everything that I'm talking about, I gotta use my other hand. It's for you too. It's for this person right here too. What am I talking about? Well, you deal with real estate. And so basically, you need a different kind of real estate than social media or than your website, because both of those things are in high traffic and crowded environments. And so the thing is, we are putting out all kinds of amazing things, but the thing is, it's in the midst of other amazing and not so amazing things. It's basically in too much of a cluttered environment. Now, I'm a person that's in that cluttered environment every day, knowing that it's not even about that mindset of thinking about it as a cluttered environment. You create your space, and then you create that unique space. You don't worry about people around you and what they're doing. You don't get distracted. You don't suffer from self-judgment and worry about what other people are going to say about you and blah, blah, blah. You just do what you do, and you just allow those things to just flow. But it's still in the midst of a crowded environment. And an environment where even if you create something like a posting about where to find the next real estate piece, the problem is that it's in the midst of the environment where everybody else is speaking their piece as well. So it means even though people dwell on like one thing for a minute and really get what you're trying to share with them, they get distracted as fuck 5 seconds, 5 minutes later. And that's normal because, again, you're in a cluttered environment. So one of our main ways to get people out of that cluttered environment has been to build a website and to put all those things on a website. People come into your home. Your website, like in my case, is aaronhilltv.com. You go there, you come into my home space, my living room, you step in, hang out for a few. That's cool. But a couple years ago, I was like, man, this website thing is like CDs, like compact discs. Remember those things? I wish I had one around, but god damn it. They've gone overnight so fast, I don't even have one around to show you. And it used to be hundreds around in this same space that I'm in, my studio. But I'm looking at this CD thing, I'm looking at this website thing, and I'm like, bro, like websites are pretty much becoming obsolete, or more so, just information hubs. Places to store information, places for you to go for information and tickets and, courses and these kind of things. It's all good. But I was like, people are turning right around really and going the other way, because what you really want to do is be in the social environment with this particular creator. What you really want to do is see their latest affirmation, their latest musical expression, the latest in their shenanigans. So I built my website a couple years ago to not be like how I used to build it or have it done. I built it to just be a landing page so that you just went there for quick basic information with how to get right back out and right here into this space with me live on social media all the time. My brother's homeboy, every time he sees me, he's like, yo, you ain't live right now? Mr. Street Serenades. And this is someone who hangs out with me all the time online, and I have no idea. But that's what it is. And so I was like, this is what websites are. And so I built my website to pretty much be what I'm about to build in the form of an app, and what you need to have built for you as well. Yep. Because I realized that the real key ingredient to this is creating an intimate space where people can come directly to you and come through your front door and not through somebody else's front door and then searching for you and then sorting through all the other bullshit and amazing shit just to find you and what you have to bring through. That's really what the real deal is here. The future of us as creators and creatives is that we'll move from mobile websites to all having just mobile apps that will basically be interactive. That's the difference. A website is static and it's just an information hub. Again, it's a great what do you call it? Those boards. It's a great memo board, right? And then of course you get a chance to have some videos on there so it comes to life. But it's nothing like receiving a notification from an intimate app that there's a new song there, that there's a new affirmation there, that there's a new lesson there, that there's a new guided meditation there. That's a more intimate experience. So no matter what you do, I promise this is for you. If you're into real estate, you sell real estate, boom. You create an app that's just based around the way that you take people through houses, your offers, your things. It's all there. But it's not a website. It's a mobile app, actually. Because also in the middle of the day, you have it just programmed in there where people receive the notifications on these listings that you have right there in your own app, where people receive the positive affirmation that says, hey, keep it moving. You can do this. You're all right. We're in this together. And that's just automatic. That's not you sitting there texting and typing. That's automatic. So whether it's that, or whether it's like in my case, a musician / Renaissance man, music, movement, mindfulness, meditation, mantra, audio engineering, piano, psychology, psychotherapy, spirituality and religion, logical fallacies, the fallacies of it all, silliness and humor. As my good friend Coco Lorraine Vera would say, being a purple squirrel in a different kind of world. So whether it's me dealing with that and putting all of my life in that way, all of my offerings in an app so you don't have to sort through, or whether you're a teacher teaching students, you have lessons, they come in short forms along with affirmations. I was talking to my good brother Micah yesterday. Went from 0 to 100 when I was talking about this. Went from him not even hearing about this in this way to 10 minutes later him being like, yo, I'm ready. I gotta get this. Let's do it. Send me the videos so I can start learning. I can start watching. I need to have this for myself because this makes sense. This is the answer for all of us. Is not actually getting better at like social media and posting at the right time and all of that. Now, that's still there. That's just in the back. This is in the front. The answer is having your front door to your world not be through someone else's world, not another social media platform or another website or the World Wide Web. It's right there, right here. Boom. So what you'll see is 5M on this screen, and then boom, you'll be able to touch it. Jump on it. That's it. So with that, once again, I say good morning to you, and you too. Welcome. We're here at the AP Morning Show. Always excited. Want to say what's up to my good brother T. What it be, family? Over here double dipping. Got you over on FB Live. So I appreciate that, fam. David T says, good morning, good brother. Also, Eunice says, good morning. Hey, oh, get better at this, y'all. I followed the right way. Okay, so for y'all, they like, this dude is tripping. Okay, my camera it shows the other way around on my screen. So it's opposite. Left is right, right is left. So when I do this and it goes right, I'm really moving left. So it's a crazy reverse brain thing happening, and I got it. And my brain is growing just from learning how to see myself backwards and forward. Good morning, Eunice. Hope all is well. So I'm excited, as always. Excited as hell to talk to my peeps. Got some great peeps coming through this morning. See if my Cuzzo is up, and Adam, Caesar. And then also this morning's BPS Spotlight, which is by Miss Word, dealing with emotional intelligence and a whole bunch of other good things that we talk about from day to day. All right, where's my other phone? Where's my phone? I'm going to read you all a few thoughts, and we'll jump into this next thing. In fact, I'll just do it right here from my phone here. A few thoughts to start your day. And one of the things I'm going to do right now is I'm going to throw up my next IG post. It's going to be one of yours truly original quotes. Yesterday I put up, have you ever heard of rain you haven't seen that, look at that as my second Instagram post right now. All right, let's see which one that I want to put up. Okay, here we go. Boom, let's go here. So Erykah Badu said best. In fact, I'm going to tag her in it at Erykah Badu. Said it best. The man that knows something knows that he knows nothing at all. Phew. Yo, that's heavy. That will always be one of my favorite lines. And so in that same headspace, here's what I wrote. And it's right now on my IG profile. Go ahead and check it out. What we're looking at is being aware that you are unaware of certain things is the greatest awareness that you can have. Being aware that you are unaware of certain things is the greatest awareness you can have. To me, what that breeds immediately is humility. It's humility. Humility comes from the man, the woman, that the one thing that they know is that there are many things that they don't know, which keeps them humble and modest, keeps everything in perspective. So when you are aware that you are unaware of things, it's the greatest awareness you can have. It keeps you from acting like or from being a know-it-all. Because you don't know it all. One of my other favorite things was another quote that I heard. And it was basically like, the smartest person in the world isn't the person that has all the information or all the answers. It's that person that knows how to find the answers. They know how to seek. They know they are a seeker, whether they want it to be or not. I think I might go ahead and throw up a second one. So soon, again, this is one major part of the 5M experience that I'm looking forward to. Because instead of you having to go to a platform and search through to see these things, what you'll be able to do is just go right to the 5M experience app. And it'll be probably like carousel style, where I'll have these quotes, these original quotes. Some of them have pictures of myself on them. Some of them are pictures of other objects. But you'll be able to see these all together in real time to inspire you day by day, moment by moment, really, which is what this is all about. So with that, I'm going to give you a couple more originals. And we'll keep this thing moving. It's time to put some work in. So work to live. Don't live to work. Work toward allowing for the space to enjoy the quiet, simple pleasures and to see the biggest, greatest world monuments. Be able to look back and say that along with your responsibilities and your obligations, you enjoyed life and the world that you lived in. Be free. Be free. Every moment is a new opportunity to perfect your seizing the moment skills. Every moment is a new opportunity to perfect your seizing the moment skills. And so, as much as possible, spread love. It's one of the only things in life where you'll get more of it by giving it all away. And last for this time, but certainly not least, and certainly not the last of this whole experience. But I want to pause here because I want you to feel this deep within. If you hear it from no one else today, I'm making it a point to say, I love you. Why? Because I felt like saying that. Because as a human being, social connection and feeling loved is one of the greatest driving forces of exuberant living. So once again, I love you. And you too. Yes, yes. So I want to open up the floor. Got my good brother T here. More than likely taking over the world from behind the desk. T, if you'd like to say what's up, by all means, you can come on up. And if not, if you're taking over the world, I ain't trying to get you fired, bro. I ain't trying to get you fired. Trying to get you hired, not fired. And by all means, bro, keep hanging out. And thanks for making this your favorite morning show. Yes. So I'm excited about so many things today. In fact, one of the things that I'm really excited about is the fact that we were on this show the other day and something amazing happened. As always, though, as always. But here's what happened. We were hanging out with a good brother, Meyer Clarity. In fact, I'm going to see if Meyer's around here. And Meyer was in the zone in the midst of this experience as we were talking about dealing with stress and how to build up your stress resilience and how that's a skill. And so in the midst of it, taking in the gyms, just being in the Meyer sits down at the piano. And he's over there zoning out. So I was playing this song right here, which is my tune called Societal Exchange. And so he started vibing out and he was like, bro, what key is that in? I was like, bro, you know what? It's crazy. I have not played this song in a minute on the piano. So I was like, bro, let me figure it out real quick. Jumped on the piano, relearned my own song, and then boom. So what I'm going to do for a couple minutes is jump back into that. I feel like playing some piano right here, right now. I'm at Aaron Hill TV on Facebook and YouTube if you want to see me. So let's get it. Get the clothes out of the way. Again, this is Societal Exchange. It's everywhere where you already listen to music. Just type in Aaron Hill Societal Exchange. I'm gonna play a little piano and then we're gonna keep this thing going. D-Love. D-Love Harrison. You always give me the best intros. Thank you, D. D says, I gotta make it big because, when somebody call you king, like, that's not a small thing. Good morning, D. How are you doing today? D-Love Harrison. Yes. So yeah, that felt good. That felt real good. I tell you, for me, the gift, the opportunity in this lifetime to learn how to play the piano, oh my goodness. Every day I'm so grateful because that is immediate therapy for me. Yes. So, yeah, I'm grateful for that moment. And I hope you enjoyed it too. I want to do a quick refresh of the room and the experience and say good morning to you. Yes, I appreciate you. Here we are, one more day, the AP morning show. Oh, I'm getting so good at this thing. This right to left thing. It's kind of crazy. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Doing that is so crazy. And so we're here, as always, hanging out as accountability family. One of my favorite parts of this experience is being able to, every day, meet new people, share things, share light. And that's what I've been doing since I got on this app, December 15th. Looked at this app called Clubhouse and was like, man, this thing, I get it. It is a dream come true. And I haven't even started yet. I'm just looking at this app and it's being explained to me. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. This makes sense to me. No text, no photos, no video, only audio, real people in real time. Authenticity is put right there before you because there's no other way to be if you're going to be in this ecosystem. Gee, like you literally got to level up. You got to man up. You got to woman up. You got to get rid of the ego. Take it to another level just to even be in this app and have a good experience. You got to. So I was like, yeah, I'm jumping in immediately. Both feet in, head, feet, arms, everything. I'm all in. And I'm going to jump straight to this idea of accountability and use it for the things that are my favorite things to share and to bring to other people. So December 15th is where that started. And I've met so many new people, over 800 of them to be exact, who are my people, even though we never knew each other, but we're right here. So yeah, if you don't have an iPhone, don't worry. It won't be too long. They're going to have it available for Android very soon, but you probably should still grab something. Jump on over here, download the Clubhouse app. I'm telling you, is where it's at. And it will help you with anything that you've been trying to do on any other social media platform. Here, the results are 1 gazillion times faster. And it's not because of some scam shit. It's because you're meeting people in real time and having real conversations. And so, we'll continue on with this conversation. Today, I'm excited to be able to highlight Miss Word, someone who is a certified emotional intelligence practitioner, a coach, a licensed validated assessor, a diversity professional speaker, a fear disruptor, story exchange facilitator, leadership, effectiveness, and mindset coaching, dealing with healthcare, social learning, diversity, and anti-racism training, as well as cultural dexterity, a professional in that too, and global food allergy advocate. She's an advocate of these things. And so I'm excited to be able to chop it up in conversation. So I'm going to invite Miss Word to the stage so we can say hey and we can have some fun being able to share in this beautiful thing called life, one day at a time. Miss Word, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Grand rising to you, King. How are you?
Grand rising. I'm doing well. And you just made me, you just bumped it up a notch. Like I've never been called king before this period of my life, Miss Word. Now I appreciate it.
You are a king. You're kings and queens of the Most High. And every place that we step, we have dominion. Every place our feet step down.
Let's get it. Yes. And so that comes from the awareness of being raised as a king by a queen. Mom, OMG. My mom is the most beautiful thing that ever happened to me. And I've been expressing this for a long time. But recently, in this last year or so, as my mom and I have been able to take our legacies to new levels in the midst of our relationship, by being out there on the streets together, me playing the piano and my mom coloring and drawing and painting, it's been amazing. So yeah, my mom, thank you. Thank you so much. Mom gave me this education deal, this exposure deal. She's a 36-year school teacher who not only planned from day one and had, words on everything around the house so that I was reading as soon as my eyes were seeing, but then she told me recently in an interview that we had with another podcaster, she's like, it's interesting because what I did was I was a teacher's assistant. And so 7 months before I was born, she sat in the classroom as an assistant and she took notes on all the deficiencies that she saw in the other kids or that came up. And she made a list. And so her deal was to start from that list and to reverse engineer a king. To start from that list and say, my child's not going to be deficient in these things. And then on top of that, there was the education exposure. So, yeah, Miss Word, I got a good start and I'm so grateful for it every day.
Wow, that is so powerful, so beautiful. And giving hearts and hugs and light to your mama.
I know, right? OMG, my mom. So I'm grateful that now we get a chance to do some amazing things together. And if you guys want to see my mom, just look on my YouTube channel, Aaron Hill TV. You're going to see my mom and me out in the streets, street serenading the community. My mom started last year, March. She called me, said, son, I got a coloring book, adult coloring book. And since we got to stay inside, I'm just going to stay inside and color and just, have some fun to myself. Like, Mom, that's amazing. She would not realize that several months later, she would create over 500 original art pieces and works and paintings and powerful messages that she would be bringing the entire community smiles. Like, crazy. And my mom has never considered herself an artist and has never been or considered herself an entrepreneur or anything. And still to this day, after over 500, after people being like, oh my goodness, this has brought me so much life. To this day, she still says to me, these people crazy. I don't know why they want this stuff ugly. And at the same time, she's like, well, I guess my light is really, it's shining. It's really helping people. She's just still in awe. She's like, I just can't believe it's so amazing. So yeah, that's the story of my life at this point.
Well, sometimes it can be really, it's just beyond humbling when people look to what you're doing, something that comes naturally to you, something that just kind of you just do.
Yeah.
It's just part of your, your regular being you.
It's part of you,
people
right?
People are at awe and they're like, what? And you're sitting, you're kind of, huh?
Right.
You think, what? You feel, what? This is just some stuff I put together. Are you kidding me? And it really speaks to, she's humble. You know what I mean? That's such a great thing. And it's beautiful for her to be that way and to share her gifts and talents with the world.
Absolutely humbling. And so, good morning, Coco. Hey.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. What did I miss? Sounds like it's a deep conversation with Miss Word. Like
Yes,
you
yes.
can't have a name like Miss Word and I don't hear the word. Like what's the word? That's so funny.
Oh man, Coco, this is Miss Word. In fact, I just realized I brought you up during our BPS spotlight. In fact, so Miss Word and I. Oh, it's all good. Look, no, you fine. Hold on for a second. So I actually wanted you to meet Miss Word. So we're getting ready to chop it up about just all the things that she does with emotional intelligence and just the whole topic and everything like that. But we were here talking about bad mama jammas, aka great moms. And I was telling her about my mom and just all these things. And so I had to bring a great mom up to the stage, and also so you can meet Miss Word personally, because what's about to happen, especially with what you and I talk about, Coco, and whatever what we always talk about in here, and what Miss Word is dealing with, this whole concept of emotional intelligence and how it comes about, how we learn it, how we share it, how we pass it on. So I was just up here just talking about my good old mom. So Coco, meet Miss Word. Miss Word, meet Coco.
Hey Coco, I know I've seen you around the clubhouse. Mm-hmm. We grew up in these clubhouse streets, so that's really, really nice to meet you formally.
Yes. So we're about to chop it up. So Coco, we're gonna chop it up here, and we're gonna jump back into this convo in a few moments. So Miss Word, I think we met. I'm trying to think, where did we first meet? Was it here, or was it in another room? Was it out here in these clubhouse streets?
Yeah, somewhere in these clubhouse streets. I know that I have a morning room that I do,
right?
An encouragement room. So it could have been in there, but there also I have a club called the EQ EQ Life Lab. It escaped me all over a sudden.
Oh, it's all good.
And so in the EQ Life Lab, I do a lot of different topics, everything from resolving conflict with emotional intelligence. Last night we did one on can you overcome parental hurt with emotional intelligence. So there have been a lot of things there. Plus I've jumped in a lot of other people's rooms. So, you just kind of start to see, I want to say familiar faces. You see familiar profile pics. That's what you see. Like on Clubhouse, right? And you're just like, wait, I know that person. Then when somebody changes their picture, you're like, hold on a second, wait a minute, Yeah.
That's all. That makes sense. So EQ, right? When I think about EQ, I'm an audio engineer. And, when I first learned about EQ, we're talking about going back to 10th grade for me, as a young hip hop artist, lyricist, I get to this point where I get into music in a deeper way. And so I'm in the studio, and before you know it, I start seeing this thing called EQ on first the radio. So let me tell you what the radio was for me, right? So at 15, I'm in my first rap group, positive rap group, 3 members. I'm a lyricist. My buddy, he's a producer and a lyricist. Another buddy, he's a lyricist. We're in the studio. We start making songs and we start selling our tapes. Yep. Tapes. Can y'all believe tapes are actually coming back? They're coming back strong now. And so my double deck boombox with the turntable on the top and the high speed dubbing, that was our tape distribution factory. And so looking on this thing, there's, bass and treble and all these things, and that's around EQ. So I started learning about EQ right there and how to tweak things. But then I would go from there to me going to audio engineering school and learning about EQing on a whole nother level. So it's interesting because before I even learn even more about what EQ is for you, and even in this expression, I feel like it's already tied to that same kind of like tweaking thing that we're doing day to day, moment to moment. So tell me more about that. Tell me more about this EQ thing from your perspective and from what you work with.
Well, what's funny about what you just said, it kind of brings back some memories, because what some people don't know about me is that I used to be part owner in an independent record label, and I used to be a lead vocalist for a funk band, but I also managed some independent hip hop artists, and my oldest son is an independent artist in the Northeast, and I actually wrote his first rap song.
Are you serious? Wait a minute. Hold up. Back me up. I'm sorry. Let me take this again. Take me from the top. Okay, you said, give me your connection again with the record label, and then tell me those three things, because you hit me with three things that I gotta remember about you.
Yeah, so I was married, and
right.
my ex and a buddy of his, and we put together an independent record label. I was a singer. I was actually a singer on that label. I met my ex when I was singing. He met me at talent showcase, and I was singing, but I had also been the lead female vocalist in a funk band. And it's so funny because it led us to go to audition for Showtime at the Apollo.
Wow.
And we did a bunch of stuff, but then we also had some other hip hop artists that we were working with, and then we ended up getting some gospel hip hop artists after a while. And then once things kind of we parted ways, I continued on and managed a couple of hip hop artists in the Pennsylvania, Philadelphia area for a while, independently. But my oldest son, his name is Lou Static, and he's an indie artist, still trying to do his thing. But he, his first rap song, I wrote that. And then even subsequently after that, many of the songs that he did, I would go through and critique and say, no, you need to do this, you need to drop that, and he learned how to, make beats using like Fruity Loops, and, so then I had Fruity Loops and I had Pro Tools and, all those different things, and learned how to mix down music, that sort of stuff.
Good. So. Okay. So this is like one of those parallel lives where we've been like living. We have so much in common. That's so crazy.
Yeah, people don't realize, it's like, you have another life. I wasn't always Miss Word. I was Miss Word, but I wasn't always Miss Word.
Right. I love it. Right.
Yeah. So, with that, kind of, helping to write songs and things like that, being a lyricist, also, used to do some spoken word. It kind of just was always a thing where those words were there.
Yeah.
And then as time went on and, you have this evolution of self, you find a different space for you. Music is still in my heart. It's still my passion. It's funny because I'm actually rebuilding small studios to do some voiceover work. And, I was listening to my music the other day, which is funny because it was just like, oh, wow, that's a long time ago. But the point of it is that I think that for creatives really kind of get in tune with their self through their craft, and not realizing that's even a level of self-awareness. And self-awareness is the first pillar of emotional intelligence.
That's it.
And emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize emotions in yourself and others,
right?
And how you actually self-regulate and use those to build relationships, motivate yourself, and even create deeper connections.
You better go through them 5 components. I'm so with you.
And
I love it.
People don't realize that one of the reasons that it's a huge thing. It's a soft skill, so people feel it's not quantifiable. But we do have now the science where we can take assessments that actually help us to find out where we are on the spectrum. And the good thing about it, it's so much different than IQ in that you can grow your EQ.
Hold on. I love that. Oh my gosh, I love that. It's so much different than IQ because you can grow your EQ. Oh,
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, your IQ is a fixed state. It's your ability to learn, right? What your ability to learn is. But EQ, so when I think of EQ and the work that I do, the assessment program that I'm in, the validation, we look at how you know yourself, how you choose yourself, and how you give to yourself. And under that, we have subscales that we work with, on helping our clients to enhance their own emotional literacy.
Right.
Recognizing your patterns. It's a big issue sometimes for people, especially, we're very passionate people. People of color, Black folks, we're passionate because we're creative. You don't get creativity without passion, right? But sometimes that can hinder us if we're not aware of our patterns.
Yes.
And we're not able to apply consequential thinking, not just short term, but long term to our actions. So I help people navigate their emotions and gain energy from their personal values and commitments by looking at things internally versus externally, because motivation is also a pillar in the concept of emotional intelligence. So as some people know, it's self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, responsible decision-making, relationship skills, motivation. Those are all components, and each one of those has a bunch of things under them that go with it. That's it. If you want to grow your EQ, and it's amazing because people who have actively and intentionally grown their emotional intelligence, they increase their income significantly. People don't know that. Because it's easier for me to get into spaces where I can increase my income if I know how to act and how to be there and know how to manage other.
That's it.
The relationships with others when I'm there. So yeah.
100%. You are all up and down my street, my alley, my doorway, my backyard. I love it. I'm telling you, this topic of emotional intelligence, and how it breaks down, and how, like you said, this is something that we can continue to grow on. It's evolution, it's being able to move forward. It's being able to reconsider, redefine yourself, refashion, reshape, remold yourself every freaking moment. One of the things we talk about here, and Fat Coco's here, I can't wait. This will probably be a topic of conversation today. This concept of self-awareness. And I was just talking to a buddy of mine last night. We were talking about a number of things, just dealing with how our thoughts are formed, how our beliefs are formed, how our preferences are formed, and how we move around the world via this emotional intelligence or lack thereof. And so one of the things that we were talking about was, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and, dealing with all these branches of it. And so when we were going down the list and we were talking about these things, everything relates to self-awareness. And so a conversation that Coco and I were having one day, she has this concept of Maslow flipped upside down. And when I think about that, that's exactly what this thing is. It's why conversations are so important. It's why self-inquiry is so important. It's why being able to go within, check in, and take your IQ to further your EQ, it's why why we need this ability, because what it is all dealing with self-awareness. And I love it because the only thing you really need to increase your self-awareness is just the desire to, because that just means that at that point, your mind is opening up to, you're paying attention to, you're thinking about being self-aware, which means you're observing yourself, and then you keep on going with the process from there. I so appreciate this. So, Ms. Word, give me a bit more about what you do on the level of service, service, and as a service provider, or, from a business or product perspective, what you do, what you work with people on day to day, or how you work with people through a coaching program or through, what you have to offer.
Well, first off, I have to tell you, we are once again in sync with each other. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is one of my favorite things. I've actually built my coaching program by utilizing that.
Yes.
As so much so that that actually inspired me to create the BIPOC hierarchy of needs. So I have a
interesting.
So I wrote a piece on Medium a while back. What if we had a BIPOC hierarchy of needs, and created some of the things that we need from our basic needs: safety, connecting, regard for greater good, and realizations for Black, Indigenous, and people of color. So that is definitely something. I followed that for many years and thought, how do we make life applicable in a different way to people who look like me, who might live like me, or who might have some of the shared experiences I've had.
Yes. That's so powerful.
So that's part of what I do with that is, so I do one-to-one coaching. Okay. I also do group coaching. And, when you think of emotional intelligence, many times EI has been kind of in the corporate realm. And I don't believe that EI just belongs in the corporate realm. So
Not what happens?
We're emotionally intelligent at work, and then we shut it off at 5 o'clock when we go home. Kick the wife and kids or the husband and beat the dog. What do we do?
That made me think of a shirt right now where the shirt was just like emotionally intelligent right now, and then like on the back is like, but catch me later though, and it might be something else like, don't fuck with me.
Exactly. So the organization that I do work with is 6 Seconds, and 6 Seconds believes in 1 billion people practicing emotional intelligence, and that's what we are. That's what we are working towards, because it's not, EI is not a destination; it's a journey.
It's a journey, and it's wild you said that. I always say that the destination is the journey. Like it's the whole. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So it is. So it's a journey, and what I do is, first of all, I have various reports that I can provide for people, right? So I can provide a leadership report, a development report. But what makes the assessment that I do a little bit different with people is the fact that, one, it's been validated several times. And what that means is it's been looked at scientifically as something that really is gauging your emotional intelligence. But the report that I do also, when you take the assessment with me, it's not just gauging your emotional intelligence, but it's also giving you your success outcomes based on where you are. And it's a report from you to you to help you find these key 8 areas that you use and see where your strengths are in those areas, and how you can use those strengths to build up the other areas that might not be in the same space as those.
I love it.
So you're literally getting the tools that you need and the GPS with it. So that's the difference. Sometimes you kind of get the score and you go, okay, well, what now? And you get a coach who says, let's work for the next 3 years. Well, I don't want to pay somebody for 3 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's going to look, if I pay someone for 3 years, I'm going to need a coach to help me with the emotional intelligence that I'm going to need to get over the fact that I just paid for this coach for 3 years.
Yeah, so I do the assessment with people. We go through those results. We do a debrief, because there are a lot of people who can take an EI quiz that's out on the internet, but there's a significant difference between taking a basic EI quiz and one that's been validated, one that's really going to go deeper and to really take you to that higher level. And those require a debrief from someone who has been trained to do that.
So I love this. Let me go ahead. Let me throw this in there. So, well, first of all, I'm really appreciating everything you're saying, and I love how your program stacks up. I think one of my favorite aspects of it is, because I always pay attention to nuances. My absolute favorite part is especially when you said, like, you get to have something where you're a part of the creating of, that I love the participation that you put in there, and the emphasis on the participation of the person who's receiving the services to play the part in the creating and, doing, the solution, creating the solution for themselves, because that's literally in real time, the process of self-awareness on that level. That's so deep for me. So deep. And so I appreciate everything that you're saying. I'm curious as to, how people can find your services, or where should we go in order to continue to go deeper with what you have to offer.
Absolutely. So in addition to the individual services, I also do things for companies big and small.
Yeah.
I love to work with teams, especially smaller teams, because it's easy to start a company. Today you can slap a shingle up and start a company. But do you have the skill set to truly lead people and to even lead your clients, 100%. Right? And lead your family. I even work with families, who want to be better parents. So what you can do is you can look in my bio here on Clubhouse, and you'll see You'll see my Twitter, and you'll also see my Instagram. And then also my website is awordandcompany.com, all spelled out. awordandcompany.com. It is a family-owned boutique business where we work to provide unique and specialized solutions just for you.
Love it.
If somebody wants a big old cookie cutter company that's got, a bunch of apps and a whole bunch of this, that, and the other, absolutely not. I work with you, the person, because at the end of the day, when you get off of your phone and you get off of your computer, you're stuck with you.
100%.
So how do I help you to get to that higher level for you? This is about you.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Miss Word, this has been absolutely amazing. I could not wait for this Monday. For everybody that's here, a bit of context. Monday, we were on, and I was supposed to interview Miss Word on Monday, chop it up with her, hang out. And our segment with Caesar kind of ran over. We were in here having so much fun. I'm so glad that we got a chance to catch up. And I always say serendipity plus intention equals life. You not only booked Monday, but you booked Wednesday too. So you secured the day before we even got here. So this is perfect. And this is so good to chop it up with you about you and your service.
Thank you so much for that. And even this morning, just trying to, get here and get on in time and that sort of thing. It's that when things are supposed to align, they align. And I will leave you with one other thing. One of the things about the program that I work with is that we help people to create their life purpose statement. And that's so important, not just to know your purpose, but to see how it aligns with everything you do. My purpose statement is inspiring hope while holding on to my own, even in challenging times and spaces, creating a ripple effect and perseverance, dedication, authenticity, self-acceptance, normalizing my own humanity, compassion, and self-forgiveness.
I love it.
It took a long time to remember that. But when I get involved with anyone, the question is always, am I inspired? And if I'm not, I need to do some self-reflection.
100%. I love that. And I love that as a deep personal mantra. This has been amazing. Yes, Miss Word, this is absolute pleasure. I definitely look forward to catching up with you again. By all means, you do not have to leave the convo. You can hang around if you like to continue to enjoy this convo and enjoy the flow. And if not, if you got to go, I just want to affirm you and wish you an amazing day today on purpose. And I can't wait for us to hang out again.
Thank you so much. I will definitely catch you around the Clubhouse and just appreciate everyone and honor all the kings and queens listening and watching, and wish you all the best in what you're doing.
Yes, it is 100%. Thank you so much. Always good times, peeps. Always good times. AP morning show. Here we are. Want to say what's up again to all the Facebook family and the YouTube family, FB and YT peeps hanging out here. David double dipping. I'm gonna have to start giving out like double dipping, I don't know, points or something like that. Somehow. David Tisdale double dipping over here on FB and CH, as well as who else is over here double dipping. So another double dipper around. But I want to thank you all so much for hanging out. We're always here. Great time. Quick refresh of the room. Hello to Zuri Lamisha, who is our BPS spotlight. Yes. And I've been so excited about all the things we've been growing and learning together. Good brother T, Coco. And now we're moving into our segment with Sherry so we can flow, see what's happening with Sherry. Sherry, good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning to you. What's happening, AL?
I thought I was getting ready to get a good morning to you. Good morning to you. You sung that first.
My singing voice. I'm on stage with the singers and the musicians. I can't embarrass myself.
Oh man!
But I give amazing concerts in the shower.
Right.
Acoustics are amazing.
Yes. Oh man, totally understand that. I think that's the truth for all of us. Like, I'm absolutely an amazing singer. I'm so dynamic. I got versatility. I can hit those high notes, like those low notes, like everything in between. I'm amazing.
I'm like Shaka Khan and Whitney Houston combined up in the song. Gives me life.
Right. We are amazing when we're in the shower. And then some of us are just amazing outside of the shower. You know, I ain't gonna put no people on the spot and stuff like that. But some of us can just fucking sing because we were just born with the gift and we just know how to control our vocal cords naturally. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, you know, I don't know. Huh?
Coco.
Yeah, yeah, right. Damn, it's cold. Damn, I need to take something for this.
You guys are as subtle as a hammer.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. But yes, my heart and soul is singing this morning because yet another day we're here. New opportunity to take advantage of a new moment. This thing called life. And got my wake and bake on, of course, as you know. And you know this. Oh, so Sherry, I thought that you were actually gonna when you first were like, good morning to you. My first thing came to mind for me was good morning to you. I say good morning to you.
I know, right? I can't get the voice back, but yes, I was actually thinking that.
Yo, my favorite part of that whole thing was I see the water glistening all over your body. Oh my God. Yo, that for me, oh my gosh, yo.
Listen, Martin is a comedic genius.
He really is. Oh my gosh. He really, really is. I know the brother's gone through a lot, you know, over the years, as we all have, and he's gone through a lot as far as, you know, mental things. But like when I think about the brand, right? So brand. When I think about the amount of phrases and things that Martin Lawrence coined, things like "you go girl," stomping with the big dogs, you know, I mean, the list goes on and on. You so crazy, like all these things.
And let's not forget, like, all the characters. Like, only him and Eddie Murphy are the only two people that I know. Oh, and of course, Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
The only people that I know that have been able to successfully pull off, like, multiple characters and really bring you into believing who they are and forgetting, like, that there's this original person behind it. You know what I mean?
100%. I mean, put you in the zone. These are people, just talking to Coco about this, when it comes to comedy, I really feel like comedy and comedians, you know, I'm in school for psychotherapy right now, and all of the things that I learned here, all of the elements, they're literally linked in different fields of study. And one of those is comedy. Like comedy is one of those things where it's the whole thing is about inducing a trance. It's about imagination. It's about taking people into hypotheticals and scenarios to use the imagination in order to create a fun and funny moment. And then it's never told, like you're never told, okay, laugh now, or here's the joke. Like it's just, you know, it's implied. It's all these things. So, you know, I look at someone like Martin Lawrence, I look at these people that get into these characters, and I mean, like, that's how you really see their greatness when they really embody the character. I mean, you couldn't tell me that Martin Lawrence, that Shanae is not a real woman. You can't like I'm
right. And we all know it's Shanae.
Right, exactly. That's why we all know it's Shanae.
It's like a Shanae in real life. Oh my God, I love this woman. She's hilarious.
Exactly. Oh man, so you know, whether it's a Shanae, everybody knows everybody knows a Jerome. Everybody knows that that one dude. It might be your uncle. Yo, everybody got a Jerome. If you are Black and you are in the African American family, you got a Jerome for an uncle. Like there's a Jerome somewhere in your lineage. There's a Jerome. And then, you know, somewhere at some point in your life, there's been an Elroy in your life. You know, that mechanic that like passionate about his job, but take all day long and talking to you and everything's about your carburetor, you know, like no matter what the problem is. Oh yeah, your windshield wipers ain't working. Oh yeah, you need to check out that carburetor, Brad. We need to have a look at the carburetor. The cigarette hanging off the end of his mouth, never fall. Like, come on, yo. That's...
It bounces. The ashes never drop.
Never drop, yo. Ash be long as the cigarette, yo. Don't fall. It don't fall, yo. You know, so all of us, you know, he has those characters. I think probably my favorite Martin Lawrence character, well, it's hard to choose, right? But one of my absolute favorites is Dragonfly Goddamn Jones. No. OMG.
I like what's the little snotty nose boy?
Roscoe.
Oh my God, Roscoe was my man. Okay, this is not a Martin Lawrence character, but one of the people on the show, Brother Man. Like, who don't
Bruh Man? Yo, Bruh Man from the fifth floor.
On the fifth floor with 4 fingers up.
4 fingers. 4 fingers. My favorite Bruh Man episode was when he took their CD player. Oh my God. He took his CD player. You don't remember? Yo, that, oh my gosh. Like, that was the one. He took the CD player, you know, while they were like arguing or whatever. He took the CD player. And then they didn't know where it was. So Martin, he wound up blaming it on everybody there. He wound up having a dog that was a fake dog. It was just like a big stuffed animal. And he was walking around like it was a guard dog and like it was biting people and stuff like that. Yo, it was crazy and shit.
I gotta go back and listen to that. Okay.
Bruh Man comes back through in the window while they're in the heat of the argument, places the CD player on the table. And of course, Martin is like, yo, hold up. Bruh Man. Of course, he's standing there with the tight shirt and all that kind of stuff. He's like, no, you did not. Bruh Man. So, yeah, he's like, man, I thought I had the bar, you know, man, I don't know if he said his mom's or his girlfriend or something, like, you know, the bar, play some tunes. He was like, I thought you would have known because I left a note for you up under your bathroom sink. Bro, man, you left a note under the bath. Wow, bro, man, why would you leave a note under the bathroom sink? It's like, oh, I figured you looked there since I used up all your toilet paper. I said, yo, this dude here, classic, bro, man. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that was my show. That was definitely my show. So, all right, Sherry, what's let's go into this Black History thing. Well, first of all, how you feeling? How you feeling today? You all right? Y'all good in the hood?
I'm good. I'm excited. 3 days in a row, I'm doing good.
Yes.
Work a Miracle Morning.
Yes.
At my accountability partner, we're meeting up today. So
Yes.
I mean, together.
So excited about that. Day 3, day 3. Something about trios that I really appreciate, Day 3 is, anything 3 is special to me. It's that, first day is like, wow, brand new. Second day, it's like, okay. Third day is when you really know that you're being intentional about this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's something about that third time when you do something, that to me is like one of the main places in our flow and different things in life where it's like, okay, that's where the intentionality point like really kicks. I mean, that's how like it's almost like you become aware. Oh yeah, like I'm starting to get into this rhythm. This is intentional. I didn't just roll out of bed like this morning. Even if I struggled the first, even if I slept through the first and struggled the second, this day, like let's get it. So kudos to you on that and to these miracle mornings. So let's go ahead and jump into our uncommon Black History fact of the day. Who we got today, Sherry? Yeah.
So today I actually want to shine some light on Fred Hampton, the chairman. And if you are not familiar, he is he's a Black Panther, activist civil rights activist, known to be a Marxist and Leninist and revolutionary socialist. He came to prominence in Chicago as the chairman of the Illinois chapter of the Black Panther Party and deputy chairman for the National Black Panther Party. In that capacity, many people don't know this, but he founded the Rainbow Coalition, which most people think of Jesse Jackson, but it was actually the chairman, Fred Hampton. And that initially included the Black Panthers, the Young Patriots, the Young Lords, and an alliance with a major Chicago street gang to help them end infighting and work for social change. Okay. And this fact was actually really important to me because I think a lot of people think that the Black Panther Party, or have been taught that the Black Panther Party was like a activist, anti-government. That wasn't really where they were. That's not how they started. And so, I definitely encourage people to get more information about them. But anyway, Mr. Hampton was identified by the FBI as a radical threat in 1967, and it was placed in, counterintelligence operative for the local Panthers. They raided his apartment in December of 1969 and shot and killed him in his bed. Damn. So in 1970, there was a coroner's jury that actually said that his death was justifiable homicide, which led to a civil lawsuit for his family, and they settled in 1982 for $1.85 million. But it also gave revelation about the illegal COINTELPRO program that the FBI was running, and documents associated with the killings of some scholars and major Black figures. And so now a lot of scholars, or some scholars, consider Hampton's death to be an assassination under FBI initiative.
Right. I think that's pretty
most
clear.
Importantly, you guys, if you get a chance, which it's on my bucket list, Aaron, you already know, the movie Judas and the Black Messiah is actually based on this story.
I was just about to ask you, I was literally just about to say that, yeah, because you were mentioning that, the Black Panther movie. What's the do you remember the actor's name? I see his face, but I can't.
I do not remember the actor's name.
And this is on is this on Netflix?
It's on HBO Max and in theaters right now.
Got it.
So I think I'm gonna break down and pay for HBO Max, the app. I don't know why I have to pay $15 for an app.
I know, right?
Whatever. I really want to see this movie, and if I went to the movie house, you'd spend $15 on it.
Anyway, yeah. I was just about to say it would be great. I definitely would like to catch the movie as well. It'd be great if you check out the movie, because maybe we could chop it up here for one of the segments, maybe on Friday or something like that around it.
Well, let's do this. Let's go one step further. I would like to invite his son to be a part of the AP Morning Show. He is actually here in Clubhouse.
Oh, really?
I've heard him speak on stage before, and he did talk about the making of the movie. So maybe we can reach out to him.
Let's get it.
Be a part of it. So.
Let's get it. Let's get it. I think that's an incredible idea. Love it. Sherry, I know you got to run to get ready for your miracle morning. This has been amazing. This has been great, though. And that was a great Black History fact. Thank you so much for that. I always like learning new things about our fellow brothers and sisters. Yes. All right, Sherry. Well,
I'm going to be in the background. I'll be here listening. Probably won't be participating a whole lot, but I love to have it as my background working music, my radio show in the back. So.
Let's get it. All right, Sherry.
Y'all have a great day.
Yes. Just want to do a quick refresh. I want to say hello to Brother T, and I want to say hello to Dr. Shalimar Jones, who really excited to meet a couple of days ago here on Clubhouse. In fact, Sunday afternoon, scrolling down the timeline. Y'all know I'm not out here in these Clubhouse streets. Y'all know how I am. We stay here. We do so much here every day. But as someone who not only is always studying because of what I do with creative content strategy and all these kind of things, I'm always studying the environments that I'm in. to continue to learn how people are using them, what they're doing, and to, as well, double dose, be able to find other people who are the tribe, who are my tribe members, but people, we're on the same path. So I skip past all the $1 billion rooms and all the follow rooms and all that kind of stuff. And I look for, number one, places where there are smaller groups of people, it's more intimate, you can be able to connect in a better way. And you know what we talk about on this show every day. So I'm looking for things like emotional intelligence and equanimity and compassion and patience and these keywords. And so I see emotional intelligence, how to use this thing to slay your dragons. And I was just telling you this, Sherry, the other day, that you look at the top of Sherry's bio, she got Queen Dragon Slayer. And I was like, yep. Found this room with some great people, had great conversations, was able to meet a great person who was hosting. Dr. Shalimar Jones, so good to see you. That was such a great space, such a pleasure. We had such a good time. And welcome to the AP Morning Show. Yes. Good morning. How are you, Dr. Shalimar?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for pinging me to this room. I truly appreciate it. And thank you for speaking so highly of me. I genuinely appreciate that. I feel very strongly about emotional intelligence and the board game I created. I have a book following it in the next couple of weeks when I get some time. But I think it's a really important topic of conversation that everyone needs to have.
Yes.
I feel like the board game really helps to set the stage to have that foundation in your life, in your kids' lives.
Yes.
Right now, I'm probably definitely further ahead of you guys. I'm in Germany, so it's the end of the afternoon. I just picked up my kiddos from school, so I can't stay long because I have little people I have to
Yes.
and all of that. But I definitely wanted to drop by and just tell you my appreciation. Thank you for mentioning me, and I love the fact that you have this space, and I'm going to definitely try to come here more often and see what I can do with my schedule to make sure that I can come and support. Thank you.
Thank you. And it means a lot. I'm so glad you were able to pop up for a second and say hello, because I was actually wanted to introduce you to Coco Lorraine Vera and Coco meet Dr. Shalimar, as well as Sherry Goodall, because all of us deal with, the same topic of emotional intelligence, and these kind of things. And so it's just, this is just great. And it's so great to catch up with people. So if you gotta go, by all means, so appreciate you. And if you have a few more minutes to hang around the convo, in fact, definitely going to be chopping it up about some more emotional intelligence in a few. But good morning to you. Oh, well, afternoon, after good day to you.
Right.
There was someone who came into my room one of the first days I was on here who was from South Africa. And so I'm excited as hell. I'm like, oh my goodness. And today I want to say hello to good morning, NBC. Good morning. And he's like, hello? I'm like, he's like, it's 6 p.m. where I am. I'm like, oh, my bad. So yes, thank you for joining us from Germany. And Coco, you still there? This is Dr. Shalimar Jones, who I was telling you about the other day, as we were talking about all the things that we share that is right in line with what she does. And so I wanted you all to meet. So serendipity plus intention equals life. And here we go. Coco, you there? I'd like to say good morning to you. Oh, and good morning to Sherry Thompson. It's so good to see you. Coco's probably taking over the world behind her computer, probably on meetings. It's all good. Brother T, hey, fam. And if anybody would like to jump to the stage, by all means, you know what the goal is. We stand here in accountability with each other. We say hey, and we chop it up about a number of different things here. And one of which is that we're going to be diving into some emotional intelligence stuff and just flowing from there. You know how it goes. I want to say a huge good morning to Sherry. Let's say good morning to our second Sherry of the day, Sherry Thompson. Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning. Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning.
Hi, Sherry and Coco.
Yes.
And
Yes. Good morning, Sherry. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good.
Cold in Nebraska as usual, but
Cold in Nebraska. I was just about to say that. Now look, it's been cold as hell here. Okay. So I know it is cold in Nebraska. OMG.
But do I get the break? But it's 70 here today.
What? You know what? Get off my phone. You know what? Get off my Clubhouse. Get off my room.
Wow.
I always find that funny when people are on the phone with each other, and instead of hanging up, they tell the other person, "Get off my phone. Just get off my phone." Yes. So, okay. So, and then she got a nerve to have the same name. So now I got to turn right back around and say hello to Sherry again. But now I'm thinking about 70-degree temperature. Thanks, Sherry Goodall. Sherry, it is cold in Nebraska. Sherry, I've been here. I was telling somebody the other day, just even here in Maryland, like it's been cold where it's been just unreasonably cold. Like that kind of cold where you're kind of just out in it. Like, are you really serious right now? Like, this is uncalled for cold. This is just not cool. This is cold as hell.
And what's that temperature to you? Like, what's unreasonably cold?
Okay, so things have been dipping down into the 20s, which, I already know what you're about to say. Right. She like, that's a 70-degree day for Nebraska.
Right. Last week we were wishing it was 20s.
Oh, my goodness.
The high was like -3 was the high. Yeah. So, yeah, there's no reason for it. To me, there's no need for that kind of cold.
Right. Like, come on, Mother Nature. Like, what you trying to do here?
But today or this week, it's in the 40s. So people are walking around. Like, I just have on a light coat.
Mm-hmm.
One lady at work, she just had on her scrubs. I said, you act like it's summer out here. And she's like, yeah.
Yeah, it is to me.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I tell you. Okay, so, this is one of those have empathy moments where my empathy just increased. Because -3, oh my goodness. Yeah.
And that's the high.
And that's the high. On a high note today, -3. What?
Right.
What? Yeah, so, I have empathy. So you got to stay inside and stay warm. Do you wake up and drink like tea or coffee any morning?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now is I have a coffee and then another coffee. And then
wait a minute, did you say did you just say I got a coffee and then another coffee?
Yes. Yeah. That's kind of like my breakfast.
Oh, mm-hmm. Okay, so what kind of coffee drinker are you? Are you regular coffee, hazelnut, French vanilla? Like, what's your?
Oh, yeah. For me, the only kind of flavor, like Arabica beans, and then maybe Colombian, or like just a different type of bean, but none of that. I don't the flavors because to me, they usually seem artificial and they cover up the taste of a good coffee bean if you got a good coffee. So, yeah.
So I'm a person that really likes coffee, even though I don't drink it every day, but I love coffee. And but I'm not a coffee connoisseur, You sound like a coffee connoisseur, the coffee bean. It all starts with the bean.
Yeah. Right, exactly. And I have been accused of being a coffee snob, and I'm like, okay, I'll own that.
Right. I love it. I would so own that. It would just be coffee snob at the right. Because coffee is such an experience. I'm someone who, right now I'm drinking my tea. Of course, as you can probably imagine, I got my revealing mug. It's not revealing anymore because my tea's done gotten cold, but but I definitely love a good cup of tea. Love a good savory cup of coffee. I realize not everybody drinks coffee. But to me, it's like it's nothing like starting the morning with a good cup of coffee or a good cup of tea.
Exactly.
I definitely feel you on that. So I've never grind up my own, beans and all that kind of stuff. I'm not on that level yet, but so you're getting, okay. So you are happily my coffee snob teacher. You're going to be my CST from now on.
CST. Oh, okay. I like that.
And I say that because, again, I am always about learning. And so, I like to ask questions. So I do want to learn more about coffee. I want to learn more about the process. I want to learn more about the different types of coffee. I want to be able to travel when we can really go somewhere again. I want to be able to go somewhere like to some place, overseas and have a coffee that's like completely different than I would have here in the US, but I'm like educated on it. I like know some things about it so I can have that experience. Speaking on that, like what's I guess you could say like a rare or uncommon coffee that you drink or that you like that's just, you just don't hear about it much or it's not as common?
Oh, dang, that's a tough question.
Okay.
Oh, actually, and this might kind of sound funny, Starbucks. I know some people hate Starbucks.
I like Starbucks.
So I like Starbucks, and this fall, there's a blend called Starbucks Fall Blend.
Starbucks Fall Blend. Let me write this down.
Apparently, it's only available, like I bought some. It was on clearance at TJ Maxx maybe like a month ago. And it was the best coffee. So I went back to get some more and it was all gone.
Wow.
And when you look online, like even if you look on Starbucks website or you just Google Starbucks Fall Blend, it'll say out of stock. So I read up on it, and apparently they only release it like around the fall.
It's a
so
seasonal
I must
thing.
have got like the tail end.
Okay.
So to me, that was the most flavorful. And I don't know all the different bean types that was in there.
Right.
But when you drink it, you could just taste all these different notes without like there was no hazelnut or any flavor. It was just like the different combination of beans.
Right.
So I actually have that up on my computer because I keep like every other day I search for it and you can find some, but it's like they want you to buy what do you call it? Like a book.
Oh, gotcha.
Buy it in bulk for like $100 or something.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna pay $100 for it.
But
I just want one back.
Right. Right. One back. Right. You know what? That reminds me of something, and I wonder, if Sherry is hearing this, like I think it's one of those things where it's so good. I mean, that sounds like Starbucks crack. Like that's like it's so good. It's so good that they are making so much money in bulk sales. They just like, why give out anything less? Let me tell you another coffee that to me is like that. Like,
I'm sorry.
Did you hear that, Sherry? Did you hear what she was just?
I did. I'm completely. I heard the whole conversation.
Right.
I have to say, I'm a little bit of a coffee snob, but I can definitely learn a lot more from Sherry.
Right.
But let me tell you the quick retail trick. They make it only available during certain times of the year because it drives up the value when it does come out.
Right.
So it's that scarcity mentality. It's like what we do in retail.
Right.
Oh,
right.
It works.
It definitely works. And look, let me tell you another coffee that I hope that they don't do this because this coffee does not have my best interest in mind. I think this coffee is the devil. I don't believe in the devil, but if there was, it'd be this coffee right here, right? Pumpkin spice coffee from Trader Joe's is the devil. Oh my God.
I'm gonna have to try that maybe.
Oh, please don't. Your life. Okay, if you do.
Don't.
if you do, I'm just saying that the views sown here on the AP Morning Show are not that of myself, even though I just said them. I'm not accountable because I told you so in advance.
That's funny.
Is that good, Sherry? Like, is that good? So, you know, when I would get it from Trader Joe's, it got to the point where I found myself, because of what Sherry was just saying about, you know, the retail trick. I was like, these retail tricks, like yeah. So, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and just politely buy 3 and 4 and 5 cans because I want this all year round. It's so good. So, yeah, pumpkin spice coffee from Trader Joe's, Sherry. Try it, but proceed at your own risk. Oh, man. Good morning to you.
If I told you I didn't like coffee?
Get off my Clubhouse stage, off my phone, off my account. No, I'm just playing. I'm kidding. Nah, not at all. Because, you know, it's one of those things like, oh my goodness, he really.
You know what? I'm going to be here to manage your stand-up comedian career.
Oh my God.
Like, would you manage me, Sherry?
Woohoo! Oh my God, let me tell you this. Look, so let me tell you something funny, Sherry. Now, this is one of the reasons why I enjoy the what do you call it? The Clubhouse Town Hall recap. The dude Victor that's there, he did something this past week that was hilarious and everybody cracked up. When he messed up someone's name, and when he came on, he was like, oh, you know what? This is ridiculous. And he's like, you know what? I'm moving myself to the audience. And he's the host of the show. That shit was so funny, you know. Everybody was cracking up. And then he came up, and that became like the ongoing thing on the show. Like every time he messed up, like he'd be like, okay, Victor's moving off to the stage now. Oh my gosh. So Coco, no, yeah, like it's all good. You know, I'm not mad at people that don't like coffee. It's totally all good. Coco, but you're
coffee
right.
Just makes me feel like I'm having morning sickness and I'm 3 months pregnant. Like,
damn. Yeah, we got to keep coffee away from you for sure. Now you're a tea drinker though, right?
Well, if I have to.
Right. She said it.
I'm a hot chocolate. Like, you know, it's like, okay, right. First of all, it just tastes like leaves. Like, who wants to drink a leaf? And then it's like so hot, it's gonna burn your dang tongue. And then, you know, right. And then it's like, it's just hot leaves. I don't want that.
Leaves. Oh, wait a minute, yo. I have never heard anybody. I have never heard anybody describe tea. It's just hot leaves. Ain't goddamn like.
I'm sending you that comedy contract now.
No, it's like they crush up the leaves, and it's really like, you know, and then water burns, and so it's really burnt leaves, technically, because you're
right.
Scalding hot water on these poor little leaves that you've got to drink. I'm like, what the hell? Why would I want to drink that? It's like torture. Like, there's so much energy coming from these dang leaves. Talking about, no, I'm melting.
Oh my God. Let me tell you something. That's hilarity. Hot leaves, yo. Oh my God. And then she put it, and you know what though? The crazy part is, and this would, oh my goodness. So here we are talking about emotional intelligence, and now being a damn empath, now you got my empathy thing triggering because I'm like, oh my God, the poor leaves. She's right.
I'm saying, that is what I'm talking about right there, right? Leaves matter.
Leaves lives matter. Yo, leaves, look, come on now. Don't tell me you about to start the LLM campaign. Leaves lives matter, yo. Oh my God.
That's why I don't eat. That's why I don't have salads, because, you know, we could be talking about all these vegans talking about, but like they're you know,
right. We killing shit too, right?
They're killing. Can you imagine if somebody uprooted you from the ground and chopped you up and stuck you in a bowl with all these other chopped up vegetables.
Right.
How would that make you feel?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Massacre. Salads are massacre.
Oh, yo, that
I'm
is...
tired this morning as usual.
Yo, that is the truth, yo. You know what's funny though? To like, besides everything you said, the the funny thing is, I have literally thought about that. Where I've been like, you know what? This really is just a matter of like, where do you decide that what has feelings and what doesn't? With your human arrogance.
Have feelings, so can't eat burgers and
right.
Also, carrots.
Right.
You don't care about the carrots.
You don't care about the carrots. Hey yo, let me find out you about to start an anti-vegan campaign. Leaves lives matter. Leaves lives matter. You know? Hey yo, I can see it clear as day. That is hilarity right there. And that's so brilliant, yo. That is so funny. So look, I definitely know. Okay, so hot chocolate.
It would have to be hot chocolate.
Okay, yeah, you know what? But you can't. Okay, of course, Coco.
Right. I'm being true to myself. It's about my identity.
Right.
It's about being authentic.
Right.
Right. I am being unapologetically authentic when I drink hot chocolate because of who I am.
Right.
Yeah.
And all you hear is silence because that was a mic drop moment. It's just like, goddamn. Like, I mean, she is right though. She does.
Most people I just have a different way of looking at life. Like, I want to contribute to the economy, which is why I don't cook, because people need jobs. It's COVID-19. So why be selfish and cook when I can go to a restaurant or a fast food store? They need their income.
Right.
And I need
right.
to eat.
I need to
I'm
eat.
not going to be selfish.
Right.
And cook.
Right.
When they are sitting there at the sitting there at the fast food restaurant with nobody coming in. Right?
Right.
Like, these employees are barely getting paid. The least I could do is buy a burger and fries and nuggets. The least I could do.
And a shake. Wait a minute, yo. Hold on. Oh.
Outside.
Yo, that's. I mean, I can't argue with that though. That's the hard thing. Like, I want to argue with it.
You can't argue with it. I see the bigger picture. Leaves lives matter. I'm going to contribute to the economy and be authentic.
Right.
So, they go over to Tim Hortons. You guys don't have Tim Hortons in the U.S. Go over to Starbucks, get a hot chocolate.
Right.
And call it a day.
And the burger and fries and nuggets to save lives. Yeah. You know what?
Burger and fries and nuggets to save lives. That's right. That's going to be the slogan.
That's going to be the slogan. Oh my God,
burgers
yo.
and fries, nuggets save lives. That's right.
Yo, let me tell you something. Okay, now if it's one thing I cannot argue with you on, it is definitely on what happens when you drink a nice cup of Coke. Like, real talk. Yo, when I was growing up, I ain't want no tea, I ain't want no coffee. I wanted some damn hot chocolate. Yo, I believe hot chocolate is the cure for Corona, to be honest. I believe we just got to drink some hot chocolate.
Well, the chocolate bean, when you think about the cocoa bean, it has more antioxidants in that thing than in almost any other plant, on the planet. So technically speaking, chocolate is a vegetable.
Okay, you know what? I'm feeling better about myself already. I don't know about y'all, but I'm feeling better about myself already. All the shit I've eaten this week, you know what? You're right, Coco. In fact, I just had some Hershey's chocolate yesterday. I had a piece of chocolate. It was a chocolate bar.
If you want to be careful about, you want to believe in the Leave Lives Matter, then eat chocolate. Because you're still being a vegan. You're getting your vegetables.
Yes, I do love chocolate. Yeah, dark chocolate bars.
So now you don't have to feel so dark chocolate, but now I'm feeling good.
Listen, we're not gonna go with
oh shit.
Don't do that. That's not okay. That's racist, okay? That's
Oh shit. I gotta move myself to the audience. My bad.
I like dark chocolate.
I fucked up.
Chocolate opportunist.
I fucked up. I fucked up. I need to move myself to the audience. I can't. Yeah. Oh my God. I can't argue with that though. I really can't argue with that. Yes, but I tell you, you're on to something here, because honestly, everybody needs a cup of cocoa. I mean, unless you are like lactose intolerant, then your ass need to put some almond milk or something in there. But a good cup of cocoa on the right day, oh man, that's definitely life in a cup right there. I cannot lie about that. Yeah, cocoa. So speaking of which, did you have your cocoa this morning?
No, not yet. I'm on it though at some point.
I love it.
So yeah, wonderful.
I love it. 100%. Well, that's what's up. That's what's up. We got Sanahara coming to the stage. Say hey. Everybody say good morning to Sanahara. Mama Chandra. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Exactly, y'all talking about cocoa.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You definitely heard right. So, talking to Sherry Thompson about morning coffee, and just the fact that, oh my goodness, a good cup of morning coffee. Then we went on to tea, and then Coco was like, are y'all gonna be mad at me if I don't And I was like, you know what? Get off my phone, get off my Clubhouse room. She moved herself to the audience. But we were sitting up here talking about the power of a good cup of cocoa. And we're talking about the drink, So are you tea? So what's okay, for you, right? Tea, coffee, or cocoa? What's your one, especially for many of us, that morning cup? What's yours? I mean, I already know what it is, but for the people that don't know.
I mean, there's a part of me that want to say I want everybody to win.
Right.
On a perfect day, I'm gonna start with some water, aqua, H2O.
Right.
In terms of what gets me going and carries me through my day,
right.
That would be my favorite bean, my favorite roasted bean, coffee.
Kofefe. I love Kofefe.
Yeah, I'm a fan. And I do add, I have cacao powder.
Oh,
so
shit.
I will add that because, cacao ceremony, if you're going to do it till you're satisfied, whatever it is. So,
okay, let's
and my cinnamon.
Let's get what is this cacao powder? This one of those like, oh yeah, cacao powder. I love it too. What is cacao powder?
It's cocoa powder, but it's called cocoa powder.
I know.
It's cocoa powder. They want to take it back to its roots and call it cacao.
Cacao.
I disagree. You make me sound like a cow. Like, that's not butchering my name. That's that warm sound. But that
right.
Anyway, I'll leave you alone. I appreciate that. It is cocoa.
Yo, but let me tell you about this cacao though. It's like it's got a punch to it. It just hits you like pow, cacao, boom, like you hit.
Bam. You got it straight. What is that show? What was that? Batman.
Right. Batman and Superman, like all of the Marvel comics, like
You don't remember Aaron, you're too young. It was when he was. They
You know what? You know what? Hold on. Let me use my executive privileges.
She left it. Her downstairs, and she. It's all right then. That thing's the
Look,
cocoa.
I use my executive privileges and move the ass to the audience.
I see, and I'm going.
Looks.
Yeah, I'm a hush. Yes.
And now she's back, and now I gotta run. Now I got that. Now I have to run. How do you leave your own room while you invite someone to the stage? Like how do you do both at the same? Okay, and she's rejecting my. Oh my God!
Now request of me. You will not rebuke me and then recall me at the same time. That's what you will not do it with Coco.
Oh my God. Okay, she's coming. I gotta hit invite and then I gotta run. Where's the run button? Okay, never mind. I'll just be right here. Okay. Hi, Coco. Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm quiet.
How you doing today, Coco? You good to see you.
I will tell you back to the coffee and cocoa, the coffee and cocoa powder. As I said, I add cinnamon, and today I added honey. And it was in a glass. It was Ethiopian coffee, with cocoa powder, right? Cocoa powder.
Right.
Spelled it wrong on the package. Cocoa powder. And the cinnamon, the little sprinkle of cinnamon, and then that honey. Oh, it was so good. It's a wake up. It's a whole mood for my morning. That's why I'm so upbeat and happy right now.
Oh yeah. That honey hit that sweet spot. Let's get it.
Everybody, the sweet spot is a necessary thing. There's a friend of mine had a whole burlesque movement called the sweet spot.
Oh, Tula.
Did I just move to burlesque? Yes, I did.
Tula. Wait a minute. Tula had a concept called Sweet Spot?
No.
Oh, gotcha.
Tula, that's my girl. Tula had a few other things he's done with her.
Right.
I've done a few shows with her. She's the one that finally got me in a bustier. That's a whole nother story. But no, Ainsley Burroughs. He has something called the Sweet Spot. He's amazing. They've happened all over the states. But all of that to say, Sweet Spot. Yes, we need all the sweet spots must be. I'll hush. Sweet spots. I'll stop. I'll be silly. Don't mind.
Oh, it's all good. Look, this is exactly what it is. You got me fascinated about this, about what you just said about the guy and that burlesque thing. I'm actually curious to hear a bit more about that. First of all, it's new to me, and I don't see many guys, doing things in that space or in this way. So like, I'm curious about that. And then this sweet spot concept. So if you could tell me a bit more about that, I'm curious.
Well, I would say that in some ways, it's almost a man who has an idea or vision can do very well, in some ways even different from a woman in this capacity. But he had a great co-host. Yeah. Who was a woman, and he'd have different people in different places, but it was almost like it was a whole experience. Erotic dance, people who would put on a show, a burlesque show, take it off, show back, whatever.
Right.
Poetry, some music. It was a whole experience. So if you came to the sweet spot, there was going to be something that would stimulate your sweetness receptors through your eyes, your ears, your smells, your senses of touch, taste, and feel.
Yeah.
So, even down to letting people come on stage and drink shots out of You know, it will be
Right.
just to say
Right. All the
down in
right.
the sweet spot.
Right.
It was going down in the sweet spot. This was prior to COVID though. So.
That's what I was just about to say. I can imagine that, the changing of the world changed things and even interrupted the flow. But like, yo, that's first of all, again, because of what is stimulating and how it's stimulating and the level that it's hitting on, like that's to build an experience around our sweet spots. Like it's deep, like and when you add that creativity and that imagination to it, and all that together, like I can imagine that was like a really, really amazing experience. It definitely, I can imagine it got interrupted. This would be great. Like if he even carried it on virtually, even shit, he could bring that shit to Clubhouse. God damn, that would be amazing. Because when the world opens back up, oh yeah, that idea will continue to go and grow.
When the world opens back up, so much is gonna the world is just gonna explode when we open up. We're just gonna throw our doors open and bust out.
Yeah.
Everything. But I would love to see, how it moved on. I know they talked about, it gets into the conversations around, our exploring what we like. And a lot of people have journeyed there, but it's a necessary conversation that many of us, we talk about, do you like coffee or tea?
Yeah.
Or cocoa. Back to Madam Coco. I love you, Coco. I'm gonna keep calling Coco.
I love you too, my darling.
Yeah.
Darling.
She didn't say Aaron, though. She said mine. She was talking about anyway.
Yeah, there's some wonderful ladies in the room.
Fuck you.
Yeah, love it. All of that to say, it would be a dope concept to see how do we explore our sweet spots and the things we like even during this time, which is a whole nother, that's another conversation.
100%. I feel you on that. And I think the beauty in that is that's exactly what we're doing, even all the way down to this moment. There's so many amazing things that we're doing from day to day, as we take what we bring, the sweetness that we bring to the world, as we find like our own sweet spots, our own rhythm, our own rhyme, our own flow, and that's what's so exciting about, like, for me, that's not only what's exciting about my journey from day to day, but me witnessing and being a part of others' journey from day to day. It's like I'm so much about helping as many people as possible, or finding mine, and by example that helping someone else to find their sweet spot, in life. That sweet spot of like rhythm, when you feel like, man, I'm in the flow, you start realizing like how when you look inside, and especially during a time like this when we are all, it's wild. It's like COVID has invited us, it's forced us, but it's also invited us to look within, like for multiple reasons, and it's deep because I have oh my gosh, so much empathy for like where we are, what we're doing and how this thing is flowing. And I realized that it's forcing us all to find our sweet spot. We're looking at ourselves, we're finding those places where what makes us happy. Like right now, happiness is vital, like searching for that, finding that. And the fact that you're forced to find it within, like you're literally forced to not only go within, but to stay within, and so that's not a thing that's, by all means, do I say it like it's an easy thing, or like it's always fun, or like it's always feels good, like not at all. But the one thing that is true is that it's always necessary. And so the more we lean into that, the more we relax into that, the more we allow for that invitation, the more we realize like, okay, I've been trying to find this sweet spot and continue to find these sweet spots, for myself. And so I'm really, really humbled, I'm grateful, and it puts me in a place of solitude to just think about how we're finding our sweet spots,
No, I really, I'm listening to you play the song behind, right? And of course, over my head, I'm hearing the lyrics, right?
Right.
And because I'm hearing the lyric and I'm feeling it, you know how important this proper soundtrack is to your day.
Yes.
And so for me, when I talk about the sweet spot, one of the things that's been happening in my world has been this relationship with how I move through my daily, right?
Yeah.
So I appreciate you here talking about it because we're all kind of charged with holding a frequency, holding an energy, holding a pattern. And a lot of us, I will say myself, I won't speak for you, but I will say that for me, I wasn't always conscious of the absolute imperative to mind my own business.
Yeah.
My own frequency, my own energy. So that's how I only did it for the things I didn't like, right? That's the only time I speak about it. I don't like this. I don't like that. As opposed to what happened when I, my goodness, began looking for the things that fed me. Like, hold up, that feels good.
Yes.
Wait a minute. That feels good. That doesn't feel like the more I started exploring. So that I've been discovering
Yes.
my sweet spots.
Yeah.
And the things that I don't feel good about, but even that, detaching from it. How about that? That way I can stand in anything.
Yes.
And it just be what it is. And it's hard at times. Other times it's just what it is. So I'm taking it. I'm just taking and growing.
It's hard when it is, and other times it just is what it is. Literally, the packaging of that realization and how that is a packaging of acceptance is exactly where that sweet spot is.
I love it. I love it. I do. I really do. Like, I feel it in a warm way in my belly. Sometimes I get knots in my belly, but I'm also beginning to realize that I can sense a different thing in my belly. And I talk to you about embodiment, and I'm curious about where you all are. But when I talk about feeling, I've had to take it all the way out of just, I feel this, to where do I feel it in my body? And so now to have taken that, and like I said, I think about that sweet spot and what you're talking about. It feels good. It feels good down in my lower belly, like warm, like hot cocoa.
Yes.
Like hot cocoa in my body, hot cocoa.
Oh, yes.
With,
that's a song right there.
Chili pepper, hot cocoa in my body. Oh my, we'll leave that all alone.
You know what?
Yeah.
And Sean, you
call me Alma.
I don't know what to tell you right now, but yeah, I mean, that was smooth as butter, baby. Come on, speak the truth.
Hot cocoa, girl, there ain't nothing like hot chocolate, sweaty chocolate, melted chocolate.
How do you know when you found in life, when you found your sweet spot in life? I love this. I absolutely love this.
Yeah, you probably this conversation we should have had with my ex-husbands, but that's another story.
That is what they say. Another story.
Because they don't know.
Right.
They need to know, huh?
Speak the truth, shame the devil. DEBBEL. Let me tell you something. This is what I appreciate about this, because it's always about finding that, right? The thing about acceptance is not that you're saying that things feel all good or not. It's the acceptance of all the things that go together in the pot. Like, it's literally looking at both sides of the coin and just being like, this is what it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. And this is how I feel, how I feel, how I feel. And that is what I think. And that these are okay. Because this
is the song, Aaron. This is the song. That is what it is, but it is. And I feel how I feel, how I feel. that's straight like spirit. Like it's time. I don't know. I heard you singing a song.
I love that. Thank you for.
Sounds like a Roy Ayers. I like.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely got a refrain. It's definitely like a trance song, a loop.
I love it. I love it. That's, oh my gosh. Not only thank you for that, Alma, but if something floats into the sweet spot of your mind, let that shit flow. Cause I'm that's I'm
leave me alone in my sweet spot.
like they say.
I'm here in Florida where there's sunshine and beach calling. Don't talk about sweet spots. I'm about to go all the way in. This spring, I am spraying.
Yes.
Are you spraying? I'm spraying.
Right. that is it right there. Oh my goodness. I love it. And this is why I love flowing conversation this way, because we come all the way from the burlesque deal and the sweet spot to the sweet spots of life to the sweet spots of ourselves, our minds, our bodies, our emotions, our life in general. Oh my goodness. I just put this up as a question right here on Facebook. If you're not hanging with me on Facebook, by all means, you come over, see me making silly faces in front of the camera right now. How do you know when you found your sweet spot in life? How do you know that? We want to say good morning to Dora, Auntie G, Truth for Life, the good brother Meyer, of course, T, and our good friend Maria, who we're about to hang out with in a few seconds. If there's anybody who would like to come up to the stage, by all means, you know what to do. All you got to do is give a wave, because this is going to be fun. We hang out here until 10:30. And I like this question. How do you know when you found your quote unquote sweet spot in life? That could be your rhythm. That could be your rhyme. That could be your flow. That could be just like how you know that you know that you know that you know, or that it is what it is, what it is, what it is. This is how I feel, how I feel, how I feel. I love that. So how do you know? I'm curious about that. Let's say good morning to our good friend Maria. Hey, Maria. Good to see you, Maria. See ya.
Good morning. Beautiful people. I just walked into a delicious, juicy freaking conversation.
Yes. And you know this, woman.
Yes. Come on, girl. Come on. What's up?
Maria, good morning.
I love this so much because, like you all been saying, it's not about everything being perfect or turning out the way we want it to.
Right.
If that's not realistic, and if that's what we're searching for in life, we're going to be highly disappointed.
Right.
It's really about flowing with life. And it's like the palm tree. We are flowing with life.
You better speak. This is what I like to tell people when they say stuff like that. You better shut up and open your mouth and speak that truth. Oh my goodness. That's so powerful. Flow, palm trees.
Yeah, flow, and inject fun into everything. And for me, that has been a big game changer. When I frustrated or overwhelmed because I have a million things to do, I just stop and I dance or I breathe or I just do something fun. I've created something with my younger daughter where we'll go and she'll go work on a project, I'll go work on my business, and we'll just sit there and do a lot of work for 2-3 hours.
Yes.
We take a break. We take an hour break, and it could either be a dinner time and we'll eat and we'll watch a show together or we'll talk, but we'll do something fun for a good hour before we get back to what we need to do.
Yes.
And that's really powerful because it's teaching her as well that life is not just about doing what you have to do.
Right.
But you also have to inject fun into it. Because
yes.
That's what has us, feel fulfilled and it feeds our souls and emotionally, mentally, physically. It just, we need to rest.
Yes, rest and play and have fun and just flow. Oh my goodness. Maria, you're speaking my language. As always, as always. And so here's how it unfolded for me. I, for the last at least 7 years, have been a person who has enjoyed doing what he does in life every day for a living, which is something that I did before I was making an actual financial living of it. It was just giving me life as well. Like, it made me happy. It gave me flow. I had a song, in fact, and I'm going to actually bring it back. Been looking to bring this song back for years. In fact, I'm going to see if I can find it and play it from my computer for you all. It's a song that I wrote when I was 18, when I was in the midst of my conscious hip hop journey. And I wrote a song that's called Let It Flow. We let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Like, this was the chorus. And it was a song that was about that, just letting it flow. And so from that point, at 18 and then at 21, being able to launch into what I do for a living, I would relearn flow over the years in different ways. And one of the things that I have been working on very hard for the past 5 years was to be in the kind of flow where the things that I did in everyday life, the things that gave me happiness, the things that made me happy, me going to have my play, me working, but turning it into something that doesn't feel like work because it gives me flow. It makes me happy. I worked really, really hard to make my life flow in that direction. And so that's why I'm so happy to be able to be with you all right in this moment, for us to be together communing, because this is my flow. And it's just because I've been intentional about making it be my flow and making things take care of my life. So I learned, because I was a workaholic at one point when I was like 21, because I love what I did. But my goal was to balance it out, to not have this mindset of living to work, but just working to live, and to be able to balance out the rest of the time with my kids and with my family and with beautiful people and having beautiful experiences and traveling and eating chocolate and drinking cocoa and all, like, just to be able to do that. So taking that time out became something that what I realized that I didn't want to look at life unrealistically anymore. There's no such thing as trying to work hard right now so that later you can enjoy life. Because there's this question. My daughter asked me about this the other day. She was like, what's that thing you said, Dad, that quote that you heard back in the day? She's like, I want to really keep that with me. And the quote was just, what is life? As in, what is the meaning of life? And the answer was, life is the thing that's happening and that's passing you by while you just ponder on that question. And it wasn't a knock to the question. It was just highlighting, it was just bringing to a realization, bringing to the imagination that you can either enjoy life, enjoy the moments, and take time to make the moments, or you can dream about the moments and those moments pass you by, and then you look up one day and go, God damn, instead of taking advantage of the moments, I let the moment take advantage of me and take me out of being able to still be happy and be in flow. So Maria, yes.
I'm gonna stop and put this back in the circle. That moment take advantage of you. You don't have no say, just the moment. If the moment got me, that's what happened. Leave you alone. But that was right there. I wanted to look at it closer. So we just said, we're gonna let the moment, let the rhythm get us. That's what we're gonna do.
That's
let
it.
The rhythm get us.
That flow. And that's why I can so appreciate this, and even how we're in this flow. And Maria, that's why I can appreciate what you're saying about the flow and how you and your daughter continue to learn that flow by being intentional about finding it again, seeking it again. When you have a high in life, then you spend your time from there going back to experience that place, doing things so that you can experience that same natural high out of being in flow. So Maria, I just love that. Every time you talk to me about the flow of you and your family and your daughter, and the questions and the conversations and the curiosity and the investigating. Like, it just really makes me happy. Really makes me happy.
Thank you. And what I want to say to that, because I always want to share from the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to say to that, it may sound from the outside looking in like everything is flowing perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything is, and it's life.
Yes.
And life doesn't always just flow. Like yesterday, I was working on my program that I'm rolling out in the beginning of March, and my computer just shut down. My laptop just went black. And I was like, I was like, it's all good now. But I was like, I panicked for a moment there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because all my stuff is in there, and I was in the middle of like creating.
Yes.
You know, and both of my daughters deal with anxiety, like really heavy anxiety. And my younger daughter, you know, like a lot of teens, they talk about death. They talk about you know, what options there are out there for them. And then for a parent, it's very scary to hear your child speak about death.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we just started, and it's been a journey for me. I'm at a different place now, but it didn't begin like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was really afraid. I felt helpless, hopeless, that like I didn't know what to do. Mm-hmm. I've gone through so many different spaces with her, you know, getting help and stuff like that. But I just grounded into myself, and I'm like, okay, so what is my relationship with death? Mm-hmm. And actually, what is my relationship with life? Like, really, if we look at it, I was like, nothing is guaranteed. And that's why it's so beautiful to live in the present moment. Mm-hmm. Because nothing in life is guaranteed. Like, we live in this illusion that we plan for the future and we know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And we have the expectation of what's going to happen. But in reality, we do actually live in the unknown. Mm-hmm. We don't know. I don't know if I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning. Mm-hmm. I don't. Mm-hmm. I don't have that guarantee. I think that I am, and I plan that I am, but it's not guaranteed. Mm-hmm. And so it took me on a journey of really self-reflecting and asking myself, what is my relationship with death? And if I truly believe in my spiritual beliefs that I have, what does all of that look like? And then I just started engaging in more and more conversations with her. So now we're like really having full-on conversations about death and about life, mm-hmm. and about everything. And mm-hmm. and what I've discovered is the more conversations we have, the more comfortable, like, she's like, I could totally come to you and tell you everything. Like, mm-hmm. I trust you fully. Yes. With everything that goes on within myself, and me sorting myself out and dealing with whatever I'm dealing with. And, you know, to me, that's the level of intimacy that I believe that we're all really looking for in life, is mm-hmm. to be able to have those authentic conversations, even the ones that are difficult, that's even the ones that scare the crap out of us. You have to know that you have safe space. You have to know that, you know, someone cares, and that that they'll be okay with your flow. You know, it's something that's so important. So I just put up on Instagram a couple pictures for you all, yours truly, and it's just the question that's in the caption is just, how do you know when you found your flow in life? And we've been talking about that with flow. We've been talking about that as far as sweet spot. We've been talking about that as the form of being in this moment, going even deeper into the imaginings of that. What does that mean for you? How do you know in life when you found your sweet spot, when you found your flow, when you found your rhyme, your rhythm? How do you know? Maria, I love how you talk about this, as well as, of course, the conversations and the relationships with the children. You know, it just really means a lot. I want to do a quick refresh of the room. I want to keep going with this particular topic as well. And by all means, if you'd like to come to the stage, we're going to keep this conversation and this topic even flowing. And so
with that, I want to redo a quick refresh. I want to say hello to T, of course, Meyer, Auntie G, True for Life, Chameleon, and Tasha, Maria, of course, Anahata, Sherry, Dr. Shalimar, and LT. What it be? LT, love, truth, the light, love and truth. So you just come in, you just embody this love, truth, this light, and this transformation there. I think of so many different things when I think of LT. So LT, first of all, good morning. How you feeling?
Love rising.
Love rising. Love rising.
Love rising. I feel amazing. Thank you for asking.
Uh-oh. You good? You good? Did you drop your milk bottle?
I dropped the phone.
Oh my goodness. Now I ain't trying to buy you a new phone, LT. God damn, like you know. I didn't get a chance. Everybody, let's say good morning to LT. Everybody open up your microphones and say good morning to LT. What it be, LT?
Hey, beautiful people.
Hey.
What y'all? Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, yes.
I can see right through this phone.
Right. We are here and we in this flow, LT. We in this flow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, LT, real late. Hey, good morning.
Love rising. Love rising. Check your inbox, sis. I'll inbox you. Maria, check your inbox. I'll inbox you.
Yes. 100%. And so in this flow, I want to keep this conversation going. We got about 27 minutes, and I'm curious because this is a fun kind of opening up. It's a number of things that led here to this particular sweet spot and being in this flow. And so with that, it's like, LT, how do you know when you found your sweet spot or your flow in life, your rhythm, your rhyme?
Oh my God. First of all, let me just tell you, you're using one of my terms. Sweet spot is something that I've been using for years.
Nice.
To help other people understand when they are aligned.
Yes.
Right? Because sweet spot is really just your alignment with who you are and what you're purposed to do. And so I found mine, and I still have it. It just keep evolving. I found mine, or I discovered it. I had a glimpse of it when I was younger, right? But I didn't know what that was.
Yes.
I just was like, oh, okay, feels good when I do this, right?
Yes.
It ignites you on the inside, right? And then I think after the reset, like 12 years ago, and I started to explore more.
Yeah.
Because I had locked myself in, I began to discover my sweet spot more.
Yes.
As a speaker, right? So that's part of the sweet spot. Strategy is another part of the sweet spot. Yeah, and just creativity. Yes. When I am with someone and their light goes on, lets me know that I'm in the sweet spot. Yes. It's not so much that I, like when I'm in the sweet spot, my light goes on because my light is on, right?
It's already,
but when it's that aha moment, and it's like, yeah.
Right.
That's like, oh, they get
it. Yes.
I can feel the connection of the sweet spot happening. Like,
yes.
Sometimes it'll happen, Aaron, and I'll say to them, that was not me. I know that was a download. So the sweet spot happens with my downloads. It happens with the strategy. It happens with the reset. It happens whenever I need to shift. It happens when I am totally aligned. When I'm totally aligned with what I am to do. Even if I'm like, look, we was at the post office one day, right? And it's this lady in the post office, and she's so artsy. She would paint her face. She would have rhinestones all over her face. She would have one braid down and green. It's just all these things, right? So I was asking her for some help, and she was like, "Get low, get low."
Yep. Yep. Get low, get low. Like I'm right.
Flow.
Right.
Like it's hot.
Flow.
I mean, all the things that she said, and I came back up for cracking up. It's when you play full out. It's when you are totally in your be power. It's when you're unapologetic about who you be.
Yes.
And you don't make an excuse about it.
Yes.
You just be it.
Yes.
In the
moment.
In those moments.
In those
moments. Yeah, so yeah, that's my sweet spot.
Let's get it. Let's get it. I love one of the biggest things you just said about that really hits me deeply. It's like, you know, when you're in that sweet spot, like you always say, shift happens. You know, one of the things I want to hold up a mirror for you on is when you say that these things happen and you're like, this is not me, this is the download. It's one and the same.
It is, right?
Yep.
So, all right, so I used to introduce my sweet spot as B, because that's her name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Portal, a name. Her name is B. And so whenever she shows up, at first I didn't, like, you know, okay, so I got the glimpse when I was like 8. I would get this glimpse of this wise woman, right?
Yeah.
When this had happened, it was confirmed through Proverbs 8:1. She's a wise woman. She sits at the corner of first and man. She touches the hearts and the mind of the people.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So, I mean, I opened the book and that's what it felt, and I said, listen, I don't know who I am. Does not look like what I look like. I need you to show me.
Yeah.
The message Bible was there. I opened it. It fell on Proverbs 8:1. I had never read that scripture before, but I was like, oh, that's her. Right? And I said to my agreement with the divine spirit God was, I don't know how to be her.
Yeah.
I said, but if you show me how to be her, I won't turn her off. And when I say that my life has lived, I have been in a life of sweet spots all the time.
Yes.
Because I don't turn her off. She doesn't go off. So when I say that wasn't me, I know the difference between LT and I know the difference between B.
100.
There's a difference. There is a difference. Even though it's one and the same, when I'm in my total sweet spot, she shows up.
Yes.
Like as a channel to speak only what divine will speak to someone, and I don't remember what she just said.
I love it. That's that zone.
That's how I know the difference between her and I.
You know, it's the wild part because it's like that's that zone, right? So if you think about a whole has many parts, right?
Yes.
And so I think about that. You seen the movie Soul?
I started.
Yeah.
I got midway through and I didn't finish, but I'm going to.
Flow and sweet spot all damn day and night
that movie had so
long.
many messages in it. Oh, it had so many messages in it just from the beginning. But I was trying to watch it on Thanksgiving with company, and so I couldn't hear over people talking.
Right. And that's one of them. That's one of the ones too, where like you cannot watch it in the midst of that environment because you be triggered while at the same time you're watching something that's about not being like about flows.
Oh my God! So I was telling them last night that I have favorite movies. One of them is Eat, Pray, Love. Eat, Pray, Love. Like you get so many downloads on that one, right? Oh my God. Like never. There's so many messages in that one movie. A Regular Time is another one of my favorite ones. Oh my God! I write like a whole couple of pages from just listening to the downloads that come through that music.
I love it. I love it.
I don't know if anybody watched The Adjustment Bureau, but my God. Listen, that's another one. How the universe works and how like alignment. Oh my God! So I have favorites.
I love it.
Those are like my favorites.
I love it. This flow life, this sweet spot. I want to do a quick refresh. Say hello again to Auntie G, Meyer T. Of course, if you'd like to come to the stage, by all means. And if not, hope y'all enjoying this conversation. The question here, right now, here to 10:30, 20 more minutes. How do you know in life when you found your flow or your sweet spot, your rhythm? Let's open up our microphones.
It is a rhythm.
Right?
It is a rhythm. It's like music. Like you saying that, I'm like, yeah, it's so melodic. It's
right.
Like, they call it a beat of the drum.
Yeah.
It's that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sweet. Like, I was
it's that flow.
Like, I put a word there, kind of a thing.
Flow.
Once you discover it, once you align with it, once you accept it,
yes,
baby.
You call it all the power words, LT. Be like all of it. You're calling them out. Thank you, girl. I love it.
I love it, family. Let's say good morning.
You know what? I hear it in you.
Yes.
It's not a horror. I know when your sweet spot is on. Like when you're in it.
100%. I'm telling you. Look, that.
Certain people I've talked to all off the app.
Yes.
And they be in the flow. And you're like,
Mhm.
ooh, what that happened? What was that? They like be on, they be shining. Like I've heard it with many people. I've done it with you, Aaron. I did it with
100%. This is how you know.
shining. And I'm like, ooh,
Mhm.
they in it.
And
They
it's
in it.
and it takes one to know one. That's the thing I love about it.
Yes.
Speaking of which, y'all, let's open up our microphones. Let's say good morning to Tasha. Tasha, good morning. Good morning. Whoop, whoop.
Y'all are so dope, yo. Y'all so dope.
Whoop, whoop. Tasha, good morning.
Grand Rising. Oh, this is a beautiful conversation. For me, it's that glow, it's that sun-kissed glow that just tells you, girl, you're going to be okay.
Yep.
It's effortless. That's how I know
Yes.
when it's effortless. When my breathing is so deep and I'm just hitting all the right chakras,
Yes.
I know I'm in flow.
Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. We let it flow like we let it flow like we let it flow like. I can't wait to play that for y'all before this is over with. That's the last thing I'm gonna play before we get out of here. Y'all gonna hear Let It Flow, myself, my good brother Jamil Honesty, and critically acclaimed crew. Let It Flow 2002. I'm gonna play that shit before we get out of here. Tasha, it's so good to see you. OMG, in that flow life.
I'm in that flow life. I mean, you know what it took? It took me really coming to a space of understanding, but overstanding. It's one thing to understand a thing, but when you overstand it, you surrender.
Yes.
That's how I arrived.
Yes.
You know what? I had to say, I'm not going to question why, God. I'm not going to question what the plan is, God. I'm going to just say, I trust you. It's when surrender and faith has a baby.
Oh, my goodness. Powerful. When surrender and faith have a baby.
Have a baby, yeah.
Sure.
And her name is Bliss.
You know?
You know, Virgo full moon is coming. I'm a Virgo.
Ah, shit. Boy,
with surrender and who?
Faith.
Surrender and faith.
Baby.
Come on, baby.
Right.
That mic drop. I need to write that down. Okay.
Surrender and faith have a baby, and it's called Bliss. Gems.
I felt that one in my
Felt that one in my root chakra.
Sacral.
There we go. Let's get that root. Oh my goodness. That's it though. But that's what it is. What we're talking about here is this, and this is why we didn't even get into it earlier. That'll be like, this conversation has so much fun and so much flow. We got into it. We talked about it briefly. This Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and how, you know, we talked to Coco, and she's got the upside down flow where self-awareness is the thing. And I had a 3-hour conversation about it yesterday. Good brother Matthew, we're talking about this whole thing and how all of these things that we're inclined to, all of this on this path, on this flow, this walk, things that we're inclined to, no matter what you point to, it all has to do with this flow of self-awareness. Every last piece of the equation, every last piece. It's always about that self-awareness, and you're finding yourself. You're doing things like we were talking about yesterday with LT. We were talking about it, and I was mentioning, like, we're doing things for 2 reasons. Some are direct and clear intentions, and then others are our activities that we're doing to figure out what our intentions will be once we experience some shit, you know? And so we're always in that flow. And that's why I love talking about it this way, because as you set an intention to be self-aware. All you need to do is be self-aware enough to set that as an intention, and then you continue to be on this way. So that's what I love about this flow. And Tasha, I understand what you're saying. In fact, I'm looking at your name, Tasha over Stan 777.
I had to change it.
Let's get it. Tasha, it's so good to see you. So good to see you. And yeah, we're in this flow. I want to keep this convo going. Sherry, I see you back with us. I don't know if you can catch up, but Sherry, the question of the day. See, Sherry Goodall and Sherry Thompson. Sherry Thompson, I don't think you answered this either. So here's the question on the table again. How do you know when you found your flow in life, or your sweet spot, or your rhythm, or your dance, like whatever that is, where you're just in that flow? How do you know when you found that flow? And it's opened up for anybody that wants to jump in. Anybody who would like to continue on with that. I'm curious as to what it feels like for you. Yes. Also want to do a quick refresh as well. Say hello to Flipper. Again, Auntie G. It's good to see you, Auntie G. I'm going to order my cookies like today. I'm about to go on your Instagram right now. Let me make sure I do that so I don't forget. Good brother Meyer. And then also, I think about this. Go ahead, Sherry. I'm listening. Sherry Thompson.
I was going to say, I'm not sure for me, finding a flow I may not recognize it. The only thing that comes to mind for me is, again, sometimes when I'm practicing on the piano, I sit down and I'll be like, okay, I'm going to practice for 1 hour.
Yes.
And then after a while, I'll look up and wonder, okay, why is everything quiet? Why is everybody in the bed?
Yeah.
Like maybe I started practicing at 7.
Yeah.
I was going to practice till 8 p.m. And I literally maybe get up, get some water, come back to the piano. And it's like 3.5 or 4 hours later.
Yes.
So I'm like, dang, I was only going to use up 1 hour, maybe 2. Mm-hmm. So I guess when I look back, I guess that would be my flow, where I lost all track of time.
Yes.
And everybody else in the house went to bed.
Yes.
And
yes.
Like, why didn't they come and tell me I've been on the piano for 3 hours?
Yes. And you know why? Because they also could hear you in the flow. Or they could.
Okay. Wow.
They were aware. And then you became aware. And here's the thing. Even if they didn't know, like, exactly what you were doing or what you were working on, like, even if it's that, the one thing that they knew, though, was that you were in the flow. And they recognized that enough to allow you to continue on. In fact, they probably appreciated it. Just like, wow, like it's interesting because it's intriguing. I can relate directly, personally. Like, it's literally the story of my life. Speaking of flow, if you all were not here earlier, so top of the morning, I guess it was around maybe right close to 8, right before we hung out and with Miss Word. Oh my goodness, if y'all were not here for that convo this morning, don't worry, you can go right back, because you can listen to this show on YouTube and on Facebook right afterwards. All you got to do is just go to Aaron Hill TV in either place. Run it from the top, run it back, yo. So I jumped on the piano over here that's behind me, and I started playing my song, Societal Exchange, and I basically launched into a whole flow. And so it was a lot of fun. And I was speaking about that right afterwards. The ability to get lost in the flow. The ability to get lost in the thing that you know, like, even if you don't realize, like, you haven't even gotten to that place. I'm studying, so y'all know I'm in school for psychotherapy and psychology. And I've always been in school for this, even before formal school that I'm into now. Like, every time I think about the things I've studied over my life, I'm like, damn, I was studying psychology like since I was like, 10, like, and just not realizing it in different forms. But in studying the conscious and the subconscious, one of the deepest phenomena is that there's a lot of times where you can be doing things subconsciously. I put up a post. This is an original quote of mine. I said, you, as far as your conscious, your conscious may not know the future, or you consciously may not know the future, but your subconscious does, which is half of who you are. And I was saying that because I started noticing with myself that I would do certain actions, and then like a couple seconds later, my mind would then catch up with it, and I'd be looking at it like, wow, under normal conscious circumstances, I would consider that thought and run it through a filter, but it was coming out and happening before I even realized it was. And so one of my favorite speakers on the topic of these things and other things dealing with this is Tracy Harris. And she talked about an article on one of my favorite shows. Long story short, she was talking about how she was blown away by it because for years, as someone who studied psychology, it was the reverse of what we knew, even though everything we knew was still true, but it just showed another truth added on to that. So I say all that to say that we're doing many things subconsciously before our consciousness catches up with it to be able to verbalize it, or even to be able to phrase it or frame it. So you were in that flow, Sherry, and I love how you started it because like, I really don't know how I could speak to this. The only thing I can say is this, and it was exactly that. I love that we could stand here in this moment for that realization, because yes, that flow is real. And this is what I was asking LT about the movie Soul. It's more serendipity. Soul, if y'all haven't seen it, is a Pixar film. Amazing. And it's about flow. It's about what it means to fall into that place, that zone of flow. And so in that expression, it's around a musician. And so, of course, y'all know I love this movie because he's a musician. Not only that, he's a piano artist. Like, I'm literally looking at this movie and be like, damn, this is a movie of my life. And he gets to that place. He gets to this place, and through his journey, as he's working to accept the goods and the bads, the good feels and the not so goods, the ups and the downs, the ins and the outs, the ebbs and them flows. Everybody want that flow life. But don't nobody want them ebbs though, yo. I'm just saying. And what we're learning to accept day by day is that it's all one, right? And it all feels good and bad, all the things. It's the acceptance of that brings about the peace. That's why my religion is acceptance over expectation, or anything that's intrinsically like nothing else but expectation. Because at some point, acceptance is the thing that gives you peace, so that come what may, it doesn't fucking matter. And I'm not just talking about the bad things. I'm talking about the overwhelming, exciting, and amazing things too that also bring us anxiety. We learn to find that place of flow right in the middle, right smack dab in the middle, in the center. So Sherry, that is exactly your flow. And I relate to that flow every time I sit down at the piano. And I love getting lost in that because it teaches me things there and in life.
I appreciate and the fact that you pointed out that my family, like I was kind of like being mad, like, yeah, I should have told me. But now you're helping me see it in a different light, that they're letting me be in the flow. So thank you for that. That's a completely different way for me to look at it.
Ah, my goodness.
Thanks.
I absolutely live for moments like this. I live for it. That flow life, yo. That flow life. Oh, man. Yes, fam.
Really quickly, Aaron,
yes.
That's something that I was listening to. I've been hearing it, of course, but because it just showed up again as a reminder for me last night. In one of my there's a app. It's called Lightworkers Manual, Lightworkers Handbook by Chiron. But they talk about serendipity, not serendipity, synchronicity. You talk about serendipity. They use the word synchronicity.
Yeah.
And how we have this new way to move through the world that's non-linear. It's not A plus B equals C. It is a car and a rainbow equals a bumblebee.
Right. I'm about to say A plus B equals whatever the hell I want it to be.
Whatever it needed to be. And so they talk about the synchronicity. And so as we're talking about flow today, this morning I had another conversation around perfectionism. Like all of it is the answers that I put out to spirit last night before I went to bed.
Yes. Yes. Yes, yes. Alma, you just mentioned something that, and I love how you said it. You were like serendipity. Then you were like, wait a minute. No, it's synchronicity. You say serendipity. And it hit me right in the moment. When I say serendipity plus intention equals life, it's exactly that. Synchronicity. OMG. I could not resonate with you more. Oh my gosh. And thanks for telling us about that resource there. Cause I definitely, if you can DM me that too, because I definitely want to check that out. That is so powerful. How do you know when you found your flow in life? Not only is that a question here that we've chopped it up about and that we've gone in, I love unpacking. I love being able to stay in this moment and unpack and imagine, think about these things. The reason why is because not only are we actually talking about this here, but this will continue to be a thought that goes with you throughout your day. You'll continue to ask yourself this question: how do I know when I found my flow in life? And the biggest reason that is because what we're really talking about is something that is a continuum. You're always finding that flow. And that flow is one thing, but you're on it for the ride. So you're both the person going throughout the turns and the guide. It's both. And so that's what I love about having conversation, because all we're doing is continuing to know that and continue to sit in that place of being the guide of that flow, and just enjoying times like this when we have a mirror to be like, wait a minute, that's what I've been doing all the time? I didn't know. Yep. We are in that flow when you know and when you don't know. Because it's one thing, family, and I love it. I'm going to actually find this tune. Let's find it. Aaron Hill, Let It Flow. All right, so context again with this tune is this was a tune that I wrote when I was 18. In fact, sitting in the same place where I am right now. And check this out. This is Let It Flow. All right, here we go.
Just let your mind run free with this. It's what you want. Just let your mind run free with this. We let it flow, let it flow, let it flow like. We let it flow, let it say flow like. We let it flow, let it flow, let it flow like. We let it flow, let it flow like. We let it flow, let it flow, let it flow like. We let it flow, let it flow like. We let it flow, let it flow, let it flow like. Every day around my way, it's just like any other day. The same way I prayed yesterday's the way I pray today. Thank you for showing me the way to walk the narrow path. The jealous that is narrow keeps me arrow moving through the battle fast. Lie. Can I get a rim shot? Hey. It's all about the song, you singing what you say. This lyricist is gone with the wind. Keep the baby gone, cause all of this is gone in the end, right? right? Ever since the music got me open, not knowing that my true colors were showing, flowing on. But the lyrics passing through my blood, Lord, I need your everlasting love. Stretch out your hand, lie. My man told me that my problems flow by, and understand it's in the hands of the Most High. Up close, I realize it's more than life than meets the eye. These cause close, we idolize, can't reach the sky. You looking down on others cause of what you got. Wow, what you wanna do when on these stages you can't rely? I can't deny, I need them in my life to survive. Before you criticize, you gotta walk the fine line to shine bright light, a strobe light with the real hip hop, holding it tight. We shine bright light, strobe light with the real hip hop, holding it tight. We let it flow, let it flow like. We let it flow, letting it flow like. We let it flow, let it flow like. We let it flow, letting it flow like. We let it flow, let it flow, just let your mind run free with this. We let it flow, just let your mind run free. See it like this situations. Live off meditating, better dates, forever praising the amazing grace. I leave a space within my heart. Them devils try to take apart, but yo, I play it smart, feel me? It's destiny for me to make a mark. Don't want to say I'm heaven's angel, I will play the part. Play my cards, weigh the odds, still I pray to God to keep it moving while there's other idiots up in the cut. They still a group, but listen, I'm a grouping off these hard steps, the guard steps like pyramids to hotel. I'm singing till there's no note left, and let my mind be free on the MIC. But rapping for the high road sleep. I put my fist for righteousness and forever believing, even when it's rough. I trust you for keeping me breathing. Plus, I know you so control the blessings that I won't receive until I leave. No, I'm definitely let it flow like this, let it flow like this, let it flow like. I pray that you forever keep these beats in flow sight. But if you don't, then it's alright, right. Let it flow like. So if you're feeling the vibe, then let it flow like. And if you're feeling inside, then let it flow like. And if you're rocking it live, then let it flow like. And if we keep you alive, then let it flow like. And if you're staying alive, let it flow like. And if you bring it with pride, then let it flow like. I keep serving the Most High and flow like this. Let it flow like this. Let it flow like.
Let it flow. That's let it flow, y'all. Wow. That's where it all started for me. So this flow life has always been the life that I've known. And I appreciate continuing to keep it going with beautiful people like yourself in that flow life, family. Tasha, Sherry, LT, Sherry Goodall, Auntie G, Meyer T. This has been great today, y'all. This has been absolutely great. How do you know when you've found your flow? I hope that you continue to take that with you today. How y'all feeling, family? Great time today.
Very good. I appreciate the combo.
Yes, 100%. LT, Sherry, how y'all feeling? Hope all is well, family. And so, as we go on and Taylor put a cap on this experience, I want to say thank you to everybody who hung out today from everywhere. Doesn't matter where you are, whether you were from FB, my Facebook family, or you were hanging out over on YouTube or over here on Clubhouse, where we do this thing every day, having a great time together as family, as community. That's what we do in accountability. Yes. So as you go about the day today, just continue to stay in that flow and continue to know that flow is just a realization away. It's not far at all. It's right there with you at all times. And remember that. So let's all open up our microphones and let's affirm each other on a great day today as we continue on with the flow of our day. Much love, Tasha. Much love, Sherry. Much love, LT.
Have a great day. Have a blissful day, y'all. Much love. Have an amazing day.
Yes,
have a great day.
Yes. You too. See you tomorrow.
Okay, see y'all.
Peace.
you.